Hey, good morning. Uh, y'all are like, Tamara's live? What's going on? Hey, I'm here. I'm back from my vacation. I know some of you have missed me because I've gotten some messages asking if everything's okay and what's going on because I was only supposed to be gone for a couple weeks and I've been gone for 3. So thought I'd come on and ship some. I got all these things around me you can't see right here, but I've pulled, I don't know, 15 plus orders for this weekend and gonna get them packaged. I was debating on going live and I thought, what the heck? Let's go live and package with you guys. I've missed you guys. I know it'll take a little bit for people to pop in. So I'm just gonna actually start getting ready and package. And yeah, as people come in, we'll say hi to them. What's going on? Okay, so I actually started packaging and then I was like, I'll go live. What the heck? So I did sell this touch of gray. I've had this. I don't even think these have expiration dates on them, do they? Gosh, I hope not. Let me just double check because this has been listed since 2020. So there's like a code number on it. I don't know. I'm sure that translates into some type of expiration date, but it's not, right out there in front of them. So I sold it. I grabbed some bubbles. Where's my perforation? Here it is. So obviously it doesn't really need protecting, but I don't want it bouncing around as much in the box. So I just put some. To me, the bubble wraps is the easiest stuffing that I have and the cleanest. Some people use newspaper, but man, it gets so dirty. Hey, good morning, Junk Trader. Anissa, how are you doing? I see on Facebook you're still not sleeping, girl. What is up? Oh, I feel bad every time I see a post that you're still not getting a good night's sleep. I will say I have been living on, it has been Advil PM, but lately I ran out of Advil PM, but I had some Excedrin PM. And so I'm taking Excedrin PM and then adding Advil with it. But boy, my shoulder, right? I stopped physical therapy 3 weeks ago and my shoulder is really starting to feel tight. But I also have not been doing, and pretty much my own fault. You think it's hormones? Really? Hmm. Have you gone? So my husband at one time was having a hard time like turning his brain off at night. He just kept thinking and it was keeping him up. And he went to the doctors and they gave him, I think he's taken like gabapentin. They said, sorry, I have to see how much this weighs. They said that it helps with turning your brain off at night. So he started taking that and he's getting better sleep from it. I think it's been like a year since he started taking that. Surprisingly enough, when he was having his back problems, his doctor said that he was he was talking to a different doctor, a pain specialist. And they're like, oh, going through his list of medications. And they say, oh, we see you're on gabapentin. I think that's the name of it. And she said that, or he or she said that he was taking like 30 milligrams and he can take something like 300 milligrams. I don't know. Don't quote me on any of those numbers because I'm sure they're all wrong. But whatever, 3 times a day and like triple the dose. It was really crazy. Hey, Lisa, good morning. Lisa C is in the house. A 2x4 to head might help me. Oh, don't say that. I'm sorry you're not getting any good sleep. Man, because that could make you so miserable. Not getting good sleep makes me miserable. And you've been going on like 6, 7 months. It's a long time. All right, so I just sold some hair dye. So that's what I'm packaging right now. Some hair dye for those. I wasn't going to go live today. Till today, I wasn't going to go live because I'm supposed to go pick up my mom. She went on a cruise with my sister last week. My sister, my brother-in-law, and his mom. So it was my sister and her husband, and then both of their moms went on a cruise. Unfortunately, 3 out of 4 of them came back with COVID. My mother and my sister and my brother-in-law. So my mom, I was supposed to meet them halfway because she lives like 5 hours away, and I was supposed to meet them halfway, but unfortunately, mom's sick. So you guys know her, Linda. She's in the chat every now and then. So please say some prayers, keep her in your thoughts, send good vibes that she recovers quickly and doesn't have it severe. She's got a lot of the like comorbidities that can create havoc when it comes to COVID. So can't say I'm not nervous because I am. This, so I bought this for Amazon. It is Monster Jam Kinetic Sand, the dirt refills. So I picked up like a whole case of these, maybe even more than a case. Like it was a whole like a display unit at Walmart, and I don't even know how much I paid for them. I ended up lotting them up because they were doing really well on Amazon, and then they just pooped, right? Pooped out. I think it was probably in January. I wish I would show the date that things were listed on this page. I think it was in January when I was doing my inventory. I decided to take the last 6 I have and bundle them and put them on eBay in a bundle. So I took them from Amazon and threw them onto eBay and they sold. So that's good. 20 bucks they went for. I know I paid less than $1 each for these, but I can't remember exactly how much. I need my sleep. My childhood nickname was Bear. If I don't get my sleep, I'm a bear. Lisa, that's funny. My sister's nickname is Bear. I think she might even have, her name was Sherry, so we call her Share Bear. Thank you for the prayers, you guys. Hey, Jen. JRKR 1964 is in the house. Yes, I'm back. Yeah, at least COVID going around now is much less serious than before. Yeah, and I said you better call and get there's like the antiviral medicine. So my other sister had COVID 2 weeks ago and her son ended up getting it too. And I told her, "Did you ask your doctor for that antiviral medicine because you got to get it like pretty quick when your symptoms arrive." And risk enough. So she didn't get it, but my mother's definitely high risk. Okay, what am I going to put these in? Would they make it? Let's see. I'm thinking I probably should put them in a box. They're pretty heavy. So I'm worried they might rip through a poly bag. Although I could put them in a bubble poly bag. They may be okay in that. I got a whole box of these thanks to my coupon from the good old eBay. I think they might be okay in this. And they're heavy. They're going to go priority. Take that back, Tamara. Where are they going? Ashland, Kentucky. And let's see. I think we'll do a 776 box. What's that going to cost? $8.72. Will they fit in a 776? Let's try one of these. Anytime we can use their packaging instead of mine. I keep getting casino offers for free cruise. Holding out because of that. Yeah, Lisa, I know. So I get free cruises all the time, or right now $25 for a cruise. And in January, my husband and I were going to go on one, and I have a Carnival credit card, so I get points, and then I could change them into get Carnival gift certificates. So I traded in $1,000 worth of points, and because I've gotten so many, I haven't done anything since January 2020. Hold on, I gotta grab some. And so I traded those in, and then was it the Omni like started hitting really bad January, and so we ended up not going on the cruise. So I still have those certificates, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm so torn. So I don't think they caught it from my mother. I mean, from the cruise. I think they caught it from my sister. Because the day before they were supposed to leave, my sister was tested positive. Hey, good morning, Cajun. What are you doing here? I thought I just saw you live. Has your live already ended? Because that wouldn't even be an hour you were on. So so what happened was my mom had went and stayed with my sister. Well, sister number one, my mom had left her house and went to sister number two's, who she ended up cruising with, and sister number one the following day wasn't feeling well, and she tested herself and it was negative. Well, the next day she still wasn't feeling well, and she tested herself again the second day, and she came back positive. Well, at that point, so now my mother had been exposed and had been exposed on. They say that you're actually most contagious. So my mom had been with my sister at that point. So my mom, my sister number two, and her husband, they all tested before they went on the cruise. They were negative. They tested again, no symptoms. They tested again when they got to Miami and got on the cruise. They were still negative. They tested halfway through their cruise. They all tested each other. They were still negative with no symptoms. So the day that they were leaving, which was Saturday, my mom and my brother-in-law started not feeling so well. So when they got home, they tested again and they were positive. My sister number two, she ended up not feeling fine. She had no symptoms at all, but she tested herself anyhow and she was positive. So three of them ended up being positive. The fourth one, my brother-in-law's mother, is not. He's negative. So yeah, so they're all sick. So I was supposed to pick up my mom today. My sister says, "Can you pick her up on Wednesday?" 212. Oh, I put in 212. That's funny. I literally was correct with my weight on this packaging. How does that ever happen? Like, she said, "Can you pick her up on Wednesday?" Well, you guys, what do you think? Like, I have to drive in the car with her for 3 hours. I'm really nervous. I do not want COVID, and I have not put myself into any position knowingly been around anybody who has had it. I just froze on my screen. I don't know if I froze on yours. So I'm a little nervous. So I said, if she tests positive, if she's still testing positive, and if she's still having symptoms, I am not going to meet you and pick her up. All right, I got to say, I missed. I know that I saw Timothy Doyle pop in here in your other account. Oh, and Holly's here. And I'm looking at all the comments here. Oh, and so I already said hi to Cajun because I saw him pop in. I start at 8:30 Eastern every morning. Oh, I thought you started at 9 a.m. I thought it was at 9. But I did when I pulled up my YouTube to go into the studio to add my my profit right now. It's crazy. I saw that you were live. They should just automatically give those meds to people unless there's a medical reason they can't, says Jen. Yeah, I was surprised. And hey, hot mess thrifter. I think your name's Amy, right? So I don't know. I was surprised when they said no to my sister because I said, we've gone through a really good span of time where there hasn't been very many people that have been sick with COVID. So I was thinking that they started the production of that when COVID was like on the rise with the new Omicron variant. So I would think there would be a good step, but must be they're still keeping it very limited. So my brother-in-law, I talked to him yesterday briefly, and he said that he just has a slight headache and just like a very bad cold. That's what he feels like. He says, "It feels like I've got a very bad cold." He sounded fine on the phone, and he sounded very upbeat. My sister ended up being really tired, but I think it also is just crashing from the cruise. Anytime you go on vacation, you need a vacation from your vacation. So I think that she may have needed that rest. I haven't talked to her today except through text. My mother sounded, she said she's got a lot of body aches, a lot of joint aches, and I think she's been tired. Yeah, Lisa says wear an N95 or KN95 mask. I do. I have a whole box of them. That's what I was thinking, but man, 3 hours? Oh, it's gonna be so long wearing one of those masks. I know, right, I know. It's horrible to sit there and complain about it. There are people who have to wear them every day for 8 hours or more, so, but still, I just not next to me. She better not cough at all. If she coughs, I'm gonna be really ticked off unless it's like, I got a little tickle, I gotta clear it. But if it's noticeable that she's really still coughing, I don't want stay at my sister's another day or 2. Like, I don't well, the problem is it would be more than a day or 2 because we're leaving Thursday for another camping trip and won't come back till Sunday. So I wouldn't be able to get her. If I don't pick her up Wednesday, I won't get her till Monday. I'd rather just wait till next Monday. My sister wears a good mask started and has not got it. She wears a cape. Yeah, so my sister, who I think is the one who started all this, and not putting any blame on her, absolutely not putting blame on her. Um, she works at a hospital in radiology, and she's a radiology technician. She is taking X-rays every single day she works of people for COVID. She sees COVID people all the time. She's not gotten it for 2 years. So she went to a funeral for a classmate of my sister's brother had passed, and I think my sister number 1 went with sister number 2 to that funeral, I think to support her because it was a 3-hour drive to the funeral, and they said they were hugging a lot of people at the funeral. She thinks she got it from the funeral, but, nobody is really she said their friends haven't said that they've been sick, so but my sister number 1 also did not post publicly that she was sick. Um, yeah, those cheap masks don't work. I know. We wear those cloth masks. Yeah. The only thing, and I know there's the people in my chat right now that are so against any of this stuff, but wearing a mask, in my opinion, is when you sneeze or cough, it's like covering your mouth. Think about how many times you've been in public and somebody will sneeze or cough and they don't even cover their mouth. So at least if they have a mask on, it keeps some, not all, but some of those particles in. So if you could have a million particles get thrown at you, right? My numbers are totally made particles at you, and you breathe them in. There's a chance one of those could make it to you, right, and get you sick. But if you've got somebody throwing in only half, and I don't even, again, I'm just throwing these numbers out because I don't even know if it stops half. Who knows? But if you throw out half, then, then you got a 50% less chance of maybe, hopefully, one of those particles hitting you. So that's the only time I think one of those masks is really good. I don't think they protect you at all. And like, so there's people around me wearing a mask, and I'm like, oh, hold on, there's a bug. I'm gonna torture it with a piece of tape. There's some type of critter that was crawling on my keyboard. Ooh, you thought you escaped. You thought you got away. You might. I can't get you. You're falling in between the keyboard keys. I can't get it. Okay, in the garbage. Hurry up. All right. Killed my first bug of the day. Good morning, John Jones. The worst part of returning from a cruise is coming home and having to cook for yourself again. Oh my gosh, I know. I've had so much fun when we were on our vacation. We cooked pretty much all of our meals. I think we only went out to eat a couple times. Uh, I had a really good time cooking because we used our like a Blackstone, but what's ours? Oh, ours is Pit Boss, like the Blackstone griddle. We use that, and well, that plus we ate a lot of salads. And I bought at Walmart, you can buy, I think they take their like day old rotisserie chickens that don't sell, or maybe they cook them just, excuse me, maybe they cook them specifically for this, but they take the chicken off of it and sell that. So I buy that, and then we buy salad mixes from Aldi's, and we'll throw the chicken on the salad. So we had pretty much every day for lunch, we had a salad because it would pull over to a rest area and eat that. Um, we had salad wraps. We would make wraps with the like spinach wraps and what else? So really, nighttime was the only time we cooked, like steak and shrimp, and food was good. We had a good time. We had a really good time. We both got home, and my husband was like, "I think I'm going to sleep in the camper tonight." Like, what? We just slept in it for 2 weeks, and he was really missing it. I said, "Well, you're welcome to go sleep in it if you want." Jen says, although it's been 4 months and I and I still think I should. Yeah, long COVID, they call that. Yeah, my husband lost his taste and smell. So he kept testing negative for COVID, but his doctor said, yeah, you have it. For some reason, the test isn't picking it up, but he had every symptom of COVID. And he lost his taste and smell. I think he lost it for like a month. Figure round 2 will get me sometime. Anissa, I know, I don't want it. I'm really worried. Sis was mentioning yesterday that her taste is still all messed up. Yeah, my brother-in-law was saying that his taste was messed up yesterday. I lost a ton of hair, another weird symptom. I saw you saying that. I'm like so, I don't know if you can see receding hairline, like wicked. That was from stress when I lost the job. Unless you may very well have natural immunity, although it's a different strain now. Yeah, it is all different, huh? It's just going to keep being like that the rest of our lives. I think we'll be like yearly getting a COVID shot, like a flu shot, if you get them. All right, so I sold. These took so long. Hey, Glenn, Swamp Picker. These took so long to sell. Why I say so long? Like, I don't know, 7 months, maybe 8 months. Aren't they cool? Rugrats. I picked these up at TJ Maxx. There you go, for $4. And I thought for sure they were going to sell faster. I mean, this all over print. It's on the front. It's on the back. But you know what's weird? I had 2 of them. One sold, and the next day the other one sold. So they ended up selling for $15.30 because I was running a sale. When I got back, I put my store on last Monday, got a few sales, and then maybe it was like Wednesday or Thursday, I did a store-wide sale. Hey, good morning, Sylvia. So good to see you live again, she says. Yes, I appreciate some of you have reached out to me asking how things were going, how the vacation was. And appreciate you reaching out. So I did say new with tags because it does have this Nickelodeon tag.
Oh, you're live.
Yeah, I decided to go live. After I pulled everything, I was like, I might as well go live.
No, just checking your...
I don't know. I got about 20 packages, so
okay.
I think I'm only 2 packages
so
in.
We're taking, we brought Dan over. He's out front.
At our house?
Yeah, he's cutting the decking.
Oh, okay.
Over here.
Yeah.
And then Mike and I are going to bring him back, and then Mike and I are going to take off.
Okay.
My father has an appointment at 11, and he's afraid to even do anything between now and then because he doesn't want to be late for a 6-mile drive.
Oh, geez. Okay, just be back here by noon.
Yeah.
So I can bring my mail. Or 12:30. Hey, see if Pip wants to... Oh, did you want to go out? No. No. He missed his mama. I got so many hugs from my kitty cat yesterday. It's almost like he knew it was Mother's Day. Did y'all have a nice Mother's Day? So in the past, I've told my kids for Mother's Day when they were younger and still living at home, I said, all I want for Mother's Day is you to spend the day with me doing yard work. It's when I would go out and clean up all of last year's plants that I needed to pull out and just rake up all the leaves from the fall and all that kind of stuff. So here's the other one I sold. So I said yesterday, well, actually, I think it was the day before, I said to my husband, like, so what do you got planned for tomorrow? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And hold on. I said, well, all I would like is let's spend the day doing some yard work. I got some weeds that are coming up. I got to clean out my garden from last year. I didn't do it in the fall like I normally do. And then after I said that, it was about a half hour later. I'm like, no, let's clean the RV. Let's wash the outside of it. It needs it. And clean the awning. So I cleaned my car itself, clean the inside of it. Just looks so good. 6 ounces. I couldn't remember. Was it this one or the other one? One of them. Oh, this one's going to Puerto Rico. So the other one, the first one I just packaged. The buyer reached out to me Saturday, and said, "Hey, I ordered this a while ago. When are you going to ship it?" And I hope I didn't come off in a way I did. I haven't I said, sorry, sorry that the communication wasn't clear on the eBay page. I have an extended handling time right now of 5 days. That is my handling time. And I said that I actually, per eBay, I don't have to mail it until until Wednesday, the 11th. I said, but it will go out in the mail on Monday because I am home from being away. So vacation time away for 2 weeks. And then when I got home, I took it off, but I extended my handling for 5 days because that was on a Sunday, last Sunday. I didn't want to ship until Friday. I almost didn't even turn it back on because I just really wanted to, I don't know, get a vacation from my vacation. And I wasn't really ready to come back to work. It was really, really nice being disconnected from everything on our trip. I very rarely did we even have cell coverage, which was so odd because I would have like 3 or 4 bars, almost 4 bars is full, right? On a Verizon. Is it 3 bars or 4 bars that are full? I can't remember. Like right now I got 3 bars, but I would have like 3 bars and but I couldn't get the internet to work anything. It was horrible. I say it was horrible only because there were times I really wanted to look stuff up, but I could call and we could text and that was no problem. But doing anything online, forget it. I couldn't turn, because I use my hotspot for my computer, couldn't do that. And so I didn't work. I didn't really do anything for that whole time. And it was really, really nice. It was nice. Nice to step away. And I wasn't ready to come back. I didn't want to come back. All right, so I sold this. So another RA item, another from Target, or not Target, I'm sorry, TJ Maxx. This one has a retail value of $55. I sold it for $27.20. Again, it was on sale. Let me see. Oh, I paid $2.16. So this was $2. 16 cents is tax I had to pay at TJ Maxx. So I paid $2 and sold it for $27. There are some good retail arbitrage items at TJ. Tippy, I'm gonna run yours to me. We left him here for 2 weeks, all by his lonesome, except for when my mother-in-law came over and fed him twice a day. And he has been, since I've been home, he has been so next to me. Oh, I feel so guilty for leaving. It's funny, actually, though, the day we came home, Pip is my cat, for those who don't know, he could have cared less. I walked in, thought maybe he'd come running. Oh, no. He could care less. He was sleeping. He woke up, looked at me, and I had to keep talking to him like a baby to get him to roll over and want me to pet his belly, and then he seemed to be okay, but I'm like, he didn't miss me, but the last couple of days, he's been very much right by my side. Oh, he went and sat behind me so I couldn't run his tail over. Sometimes I think that cat is so smart. Okay, 388. This is going to Florida. So I went garage sailing this weekend. Hey, good morning, Jennifer. And this weekend I went garage sailing, and I tried to be really, really picky with what I bought. I wouldn't buy it quarter 4 selling. I could sell quickly or, had a really good ROI. Those were pretty much my criteria. This was, let me grab one of those ones I purchased. Here we go. So I bought this at a garage sale. And honestly, I didn't know if it fell in any of those criteria because I didn't take the time to pick it up. But at the last minute, I said, oh, what the heck? I'm going to grab it. So I grabbed this purse. It's a crossbody, so it's long crossbody bag. And does anybody know what this brand is? I don't think so. I went to the brand's website and they don't make bags anymore. It's just pretty much clothing, just shirts. But it's in really good condition. This is the brand. I'll show you the. There you go. So I ended up grabbing this and figured, what the heck, I'll see. First I was going to see if my daughter wanted it, and then I said, I'm just going to list it. So I listed it and it sold overnight, like right away. Honestly, I don't even know if it was overnight. I got an offer for it and I listed it for 28. I got an offer for 20 and I debated. I was like, oh, so I paid $1 for it and I debated and I'm like, do I want to take it? I mean, $1 into 20 in less than 24 hours. I got an offer that quickly, then there's a possibility it's going to sell. So I actually counter offered. I can't even talk because I'm reading your things as I'm trying to think. I counter offered at $25. I know it's only a $5 difference, but I was like, I really feel like even if they denied the 25, I think I'm going to sell it at the 28 because when I looked up, so this is what happened when I listed everything right away. As soon whatever I picked up on Friday, I listed Friday night. Whatever I picked up Saturday, I listed Saturday afternoon. And I said, I forgot what I thought. I lost my train of thought. My mind, I don't know. I tell you, it's been hard to get back into the groove of things. So I was like, all right, well, it's not much to like store this. And if I got an offer that quickly, I felt pretty good that I was going to sell it. So I didn't even get a chance to cross post it to Poshmark or anything and it sold. Hey, good morning, Michelle. He accepted the $25 offer. I say he, could have been she. Name is Eli. I don't know if that's male or female. But whoever, they accepted the offer of 25. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, I know what I was saying. Now I remember what I was saying. So I was looking up comps for everything as I was listing them. And some of these were selling between 20 and like 40 some odd dollars. Actually, I couldn't find this specific purse, but I was looking at other bags in general of this brand and they were selling, and I see they don't sell bags anymore like this at all. It's just clothing. So I put everything on. When I listed, I went on the low end of most things because my plan right now is I want to list it and I want to sell it right away. Unless it's a very big ROI or again, a holiday thing, then, then I'll be a little more strict with that. But I don't want to hang on to things for long. I just want to move them quickly. So I left some things behind at garage sales that I probably would have picked up last year, but I'm just trying to be a lot more picky in what I'm picking up because it's part of reselling anymore. But I love thrifting and I love garage selling. Like I love it. So I think I'm always going to still do some part of this type of stuff, but it's not going to be like, I don't want it to be where I spend the majority of my time. Because like this summer, we are gone. I should have brought my calendar down. It's probably a complete safety thing, but we do have people that house sit for us while we're gone, or at least come here on a regular basis. Like, we're going to be gone every week at some point within a week. Sometimes it's midweek, sometimes it's a weekend. We're gone between this weekend, we're gone all the way until the second weekend of August. We are gone at some point throughout the week for a camping trip. But like a couple of them, we're going to be somewhat nearby. We have a week-long trip in July that we will be about 45 minutes away. And I plan on coming because we don't have full hookups there. So I'm probably going to come home to shower so I don't fill up our gray tank. Probably going to come home every other day to shower. And I'll probably come home, ship, do whatever I need to do, take care of the cat and all that. All right, so then let's see, what could I grab next? How about this little guy? So this is funny. So I sold Eeyore, and when I pulled him out of the box that he's in, the tote, this came off. And I was like, oh my gosh, his tail is broken. Like, when I was pulling him out, I thought I had broke his tail, but it's actually got a hook and loop on it. I can't say that. So it's made to do that, but I thought I had just ripped him. So I sold little Eeyore here. He's 8 inches, and he went for $9. He must have sold before I ran a sale because he's at $9 even. Did I miss somebody coming in besides Holly? No, I don't think so. I mean, besides Holly, besides Michelle. I bought my first hat and sold it within 24 hours. Beginner's luck. Oh, that's good. In New Mexico. So I just put most of my plush in a poly bag. If it's a quality plush, I'm not really worried about it getting damaged. So in he goes. In he goes. Now, Eeyore. I've always assumed Eeyore is a man, but he does have a pink, purplish ribbon on its tail. Is Eeyore male or female? Or does it really? Obviously, it doesn't matter. But I'm just wondering. I've always assumed Eeyore is female. I'm not sure that. Who was it that wrote Winnie the Pooh? What's his name? I can't think of it. I don't know if he ever said one way or the other. All right, 7 ounces. 7. Got some of those like solar, you know, those little wiggly things that activated by solar, sitting on my windowsill, and I can hear it going. Plush or non-binary? I don't know. Are they not all of them? Raggedy Ann, Raggedy Andy, they are plush. You could probably get some plush that are biologically correct with their genitalia. Hey, speaking of plush, how about we'll do this one next? Because what's this one? Playful Heart Care Bear Cousins Monkey Yellow 8-inch plush stuffed animal. Oh, he's cute. I've had him for a little bit. He was different, and I thought, I want to pick him up. Because anytime you see any plush that's different, that's the oddball of a group, like if somebody loves the Care Bears, they might have all the normal Care Bears because you can buy them at Walmart. But something like this is a little harder to find. But this one did take a while to sell. This one also went for $8. Or was the other one 8 or 9? I can't remember. I can't remember already. But we did sell this one. It is going. Oh, Canada. All right, so we are going to actually box this. Do you guys treat your international shippings a little different? Hey, good morning, Robin. I'm going to box him. We'll use this box. I just feel like the handling is possibly could be a little different. And I used plain tape, not eBay tape. I don't want to scream, hey, somebody bought something in this box. I'll get stuff in the mail. Other than buying something would be a gift. I don't know. I'm sure there's more purchases that get shipped than gifts. Okay. Plus, this is not going to say gift on it anyhow. So let's see. It's a 6, 4, 4. You are 5 ounces. So this sold for $8, but so if I went through eBay, it would cost $12 to ship it. This person paid $14. Let's check Pirate Ship. Hey, Pirate. I haven't gone to you and gosh, it feels like forever. I feel so out of sorts with shipping, with selling right now. All right. Tappan is his last name. Oh my gosh. I sold something to the person's name is Sleepy Arthur. What is that? That's not this one, but that's another one. Oh, I'll tell you something. Oh, I got to tell you something else in a minute. I got to try and remember to tell you. Right. 5 ounces. Let's check and see. Plush. One of them. $8. How much do you weigh? 4 ounces. And I don't have to do any of that. And let's see, it's $12. All right, so $12 through eBay, but it's $8.99 through Pirate Ship. Bye. Yes, all is good here, says Michelle about the fire. The governor authorized administrative leave for state employees who live in specific counties. So if they need, I would say, how about just saving their lives, right? Being able to grab your crap and get out. I'm in the middle of the city of Albuquerque. So last time my husband and I were in Albuquerque, like many years ago, there was fires in the area of Albuquerque at that time. That summer was a tough summer for fire. So, all right, look at that, folks. There is how easy it is to ship international. So many people are so worried and scared about shipping international. I get more, well, actually, I don't have I was going to say more issues domestically, but honestly, I don't have very many issues at all. Knock on some wood. I wonder if Snow White knows that Sleep Author used her card to buy something. I don't know. What is up with that, huh? That sleepy person. They're in California. The sleepy person. Okay, let's see. I sold this. I'm trying to get all my eBay away. But I went and grabbed everything from all platforms. So this one, not this platform. These, no. How about this? Yes. So I sold another Batman. See, I paid $3.79 for him. Only sold him for $9.99. Let's see how much these are going for on Amazon now. Where's my phone? When I originally bought these, it was to go on Amazon. But these stickers destroy this box. It's unworthy anymore. Oh yeah, look it. Here he is on Amazon. $37. Ooh, hold on. I don't know. You can see it even though it's blurry. It's $37. With a sales rank of 350,000 in toys. Oh, and there's only one seller. Well, unfortunately, looking for the cat. Make sure I'm not going to run over his tail. I got to use my blow dryer. But I'm going to have to mute you. I'm going to have to mute you guys because it's going to be so loud. gotta plug that in. I unplug it because my heater usually is plugged in under here, but I used the heater with us when we went on our trip. Okay, I'm going to mute you for a minute. Mute. Okay. I think I warmed it up enough where I can scrape it. So I see some comments in here, not right this minute because I'm not looking up at it, but about using that solvent. Who said that? John. So John, a question for you, because I know we've talked about this stuff like a bazillion times on here, all these different solvents. Do you put the solvent right on the sticker? Because everything I've always used, like after I've removed the sticker and then I get rid of the sticker residue. Hey, Flip It Good is in the house. How you doing? How you doing? So, yeah, this is already cooled off. And it's gonna look not so good. I think my listing I think it said, I'm gonna check it. I'm pretty sure my listing states that there's gonna be some type of sticker, something on the box. Like, this is not a collectible item. Let me see. I'm gonna look and see. I'm hoping I put it on there because it's the reason why it's on eBay and not selling for $37 on Amazon. I cleared out. These were at Ollie's. I cleared out Ollie's. Yeah, new in box. Box has some slight damage to the front from the sticker price. So that is on the listing. So I sold this for $10 on eBay. But you know what? It goes for 30 cents. But look at right here. Now I could take the sticker stuff, which I will, and it'll take the gumminess off. Some slight damage. It's that type of, I find that whatever this type of cardboard is, it is really hard to get it off and be perfect. So look, I took the sticker residue off, but look, this is where you can see where this is how much was damaged from even warming it up. And when you peel it, it looks great. This last part over here is the worst because I turned, it was burning my hand. So I turned off the, let me put that back under my desk. I use the global shipping, good seller coverage, and nothing changes at my end. Easy shipping too. Easy shipping to US address. Yeah. The only thing with that is if you talk to international buyers, a lot of them won't buy from somebody who does global shipping because it's a lot more expensive for them. Tamara's the best thing I've tried. The Bestine solvent, says John. Yeah. So that's the question. If it's a paper sticker, that big long word plastic, put a drop on the edge to get under it, then lift the edge and dribble more underneath. It reactivates the glue. Okay, I think maybe I'm going to have to break down and buy some of that. I know we've talked about it on here a bazillion times, right? And you're probably like, Tamara, I've been telling you for how long to get it? Will you just get it? So I'm going to go right now to Bestine solvent. Let's see how much it is on Amazon, because I think I'll just go ahead and buy some. It's probably hazmat. For thinning or reducing rubber cement. $16 for a bottle. Is that a good price? I don't know. There's only one FBA seller. Wow. Wow. It's coming up. After that goes to Gugon, which I'll tell you guys, Gugon makes a degreaser, a kitchen degreaser. We use that after there were still some like grease spots that didn't come off with using we use like a car brush, like a washing car brush. And because RV's high, so 14 feet high. So my husband cleaned it. And then after we sprayed it, I was like, well, there's still these grease spots. So I took that degreaser that Gugon makes and sprayed it, and it wiped off so easy. We ended up going back around and doing so much of the RV with it because it was like amazing. And it took off bugs. I sprayed it on the front of my car yeah, it took it off so good. So, all right. So I'd put that Bestine. I'm going to see if they sell it at Walmart. I would bet you they do, right? Good morning, Tommy Bernard. All right, Wally. I'll add it. If they sell it at Walmart, I'll just add it to my next pickup. Bestine. Oh, not Beteen. Bestine. Bestine. Oh, here we go. In store. Couldn't find it in store. Only stick. If that's the case, I'm going to buy it from somewhere else. So $16 is what it's coming up from. It is what size is this? I probably should share this with you guys. Let me share so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Share the screen. Share the screen. All right, this is it. Solvent and thinner. Mr. Art. That's weird. What's that popping up for? Speedball makes it. So $16 for a 16-ounce can. What the price has been on this. That's pretty consistent. It went up a little bit. So Amazon was selling it here for $14.99. So it just has gone up a bit. Not too bad. Woo, the price used to be way up here though in September. Let's see overall. How are you been in the last 3,200 days? What did you start out at? $11. It's not too bad. All right, I'm going to add it to my list. Oh, hold on. I'm in the wrong account. Switch accounts. Hold your horses. I'm adding it to the wrong account. All right, now we have a better list. This is my buying account. All right, get this for $10 from Mr. Art. So maybe I want to go to Mr. Art and buy it. Mr. Art, do you have free shipping? Rakuten is telling me it's cheaper over there. Oh, see, they make a paper cement, that brand. That's probably why they make a solvent for it. All right, in the meantime, it's to my list. Go away. Gosh, darn it. One item added to, I didn't even tell you which list to add it to. Well, I guess I put it on my wish list. What else is on my wish list? I always love to go back and do you guys use your list on Amazon? I like to add stuff to it. I was in the shopping mood the other day, so I was adding. All right, we went to my list and was buying a lot of stuff from it. Okay, so $11 for a non-member price. Okay, but you probably charge shipping. So let's see how much shipping is. Become a member and save $1.52. All right, go to cart. So how much was it on Amazon? 16? 16. So I'm sure they're going to charge more than $5. And at that point, I might as well still order it from Amazon. Yeah, shipping is $7.98, $7.48. So I'll order it from Amazon. Amazon. All right, I'm missing the messages. The heat gun to work for me, says Timothy. Really? Hey, Doyle Warehouse, you're on here. 2 different names. 2 different names. I'm fixing to just send you some. Core size is usually just a little more than a pint. Okay, that's funny. I'm gonna get some. I promise I will get some. I just didn't want to do it here with you guys because it'll take too long, and I'm not gonna share my screen while I purchase. So you see, eBay standard shipping is much better than GSP. Is scared of shipping on own. Same coverage, but much better for customer cost. Shipping yourself will easily triple international sales. Ensure them. I agree, Tommy. Yes. So I list all of my items with, well, not all, majority of them. There's a few things I won't do international on. Like for instance, this. I sold some of these cockroach baiting kits. I don't know if these are okay in all countries, but I keep having Canadian. But must be you can't get cockroach killing kits in Canada. So it was a red flag when I started having so many ask me. So I ended up. So I do the eBay International standard shipping for first class mail. That's what eBay charges the customer, but I use pirate ship and I always make money on shipping unless I've messed up the weight. But very rarely, it's up to 3 pounds. So if I know something weighs at least less than 3 pounds, it's always going to be around the same price. The pirate ship. I've used the Bestine to get thrift price stickers off of old cloth covered books. All right, I'm gonna try it. I got it from Walmart Marketplace. Yeah, it came up on Walmart. I think it was more expensive though, but it didn't have for pickup. I was hoping I could do it with my grocery pickup. Good morning, Land Shark Picker. How you doing, Craig? See, is my he knows 6 wonder. Tommy, when are you gonna start your show again? When are you gonna do it? It is. Holy smokes! Jeez Louise. Last year it snowed here in May, so I get that. Okay, back to Batman. Back to the old Batman here. All right, time to rip this off when my wheels are running it over. Yeah, my garbage is overflowing right now. Let's see. What should we put you in? Where are you going? All the way to Riverside, California. Too long. I bet you're gonna be too long. Let's see if you can go diagonal though. You might be able to go diagonal. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yes, you're going in a box. You're gonna go in a box. A box in a box. Whatever happened to that whole box in a bag thing, huh? Man, that was all over the YouTubery for so long, and then it just died down. Do you think people got caught doing the box in the bag, or do you think that they just said they just stopped talking about it? Because that was so big. I got an email from somebody on Etsy. All right, 6 ounces. 6 ounces. 6, 4, 4. $4.15. That's what they paid. So it didn't cost me money putting it in a box. That is, oh, this is going to Sleepy Arthur. That's the buyer's name, Sleepy Arthur. I think his real name is really Sleepy. Do you think that? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Sleepy Arthur. I'm going to Google his address. I'm going to see what comes up. It's a single family home. It's got a high value. Of course, it's California, Riverside, so I'm sure everything is a high value. All right. Doesn't look like it's any like weird thing besides his name. Just a single family home valued at over $1 million. But again, like I said, that doesn't mean much when you're talking about California. California. Okay, I sold a little tiny mini notebook. Happy Notes. It's sold for $10. I paid $1.88 for it. You know what I don't have anymore of are my small bubble mailers. All I got are my big ones. All I got are these. So, I've been doing this to them. I've been cutting it in half. But before I put it in here, I have got to and wrap it up. Wrap it up in my love, all over your body. And then I take my Red Barn Planning sticker, redbarnplanning.com, and I put it on it. Because you know what? Check out my website. It's cheaper. Buy from anywhere else. Hey, good morning, Billy Flipper. I was just watching your a video yesterday that you did. What were you doing on it? You were talking about an eBay mistake, I think. Yeah, you stopped promoted listings. I think that's what I think that's what maybe I shouldn't have just spilled the beans, right? Make people go watch your video to find out what big eBay mistake did you make. Promoted listings. I blamed most of my promoted listing on our podcast. Which, can you even call it the Tommy Bernard podcast if you're not even podcasting anymore? Yeah, as a test, it wasn't fun. I know your sales plummeted, and I've seen a lot of people have been talking about it lately. Facebook groups and videos and stuff. So it's been chatter about promoted and turning them off. So I was reading the Q1 report from eBay. Their sales were better than they projected, which were still down, but not down as much as they had thought it was going to be. And they were saying how much they make from promoted listings. And I was like, holy smokes. Just seeing their revenue from promoted listings is enough to say, oh yeah, they're all in it to make money. It's a publicly traded company, and that's what their job is to do. So yeah, you got to utilize. Once they promote something, and even if it's a fee for you, you probably should do it, or it's not going to be well for you. So back on the Happy Planner train here, some gratitude page inserts. You can see I paid $1.12 for these. They were normally $5.99 at the old Hobby Lobby. So they're normally $5.99. I paid $1.12, but I sold them for $11. So even if you paid $5.99, sold at $11 plus shipping, by the way, all in at $16.28. You'd still make money, even paying full price for these. Now, I like to make more money, and I will wait. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So their sticker price was $5.99, but when I peel off the sticker, hold on. When I peel off Hobby Lobby sticker, look what Happy Planner puts it at. I don't get, how come you're so blurry? Is it because this part of me is showing? There you go, $4.49. Huh! Imagine that! Hobby Lobby's marking it up beyond the MSRP. It's almost like if you wanted to buy a Kia Telluride. Anybody wondering how my car shopping is going? Because they are marking up their prices by up to $10,000 over MSRP right now. One. Did I ever update you guys with my car dilemma and what I'm doing about my new car? So I think last time I maybe talked to you guys, I was going to buy a Telluride. I have changed my mind since then. All right, so I got one more sticker. I had to deal with 3 stickers on this. They're all different prices. Or 3 sticker prices. Is it a sticker price if it's not a sticker? If it's a printed piece of paper? It was abused, the bag in the box. I agree, says Glenn says that. I agree with you. It was abused. Hopefully people like myself and others did some educating to let people know that what they were doing was not correct, was not what a bag in a box was meant to be. And I'm guaranteed there's still people doing it and they can get away with it. But yeah, it really wasn't. You could all of a sudden get a bunch of invoices from the post office. Hey, what do you mean run away from Kia? Good morning, Bearded Picker. My daughter's owned the Kia Soul. That's why every time Steve would talk about his car, I'm like, that's my daughter. She's got one of them. She loves hers. She's just like Steve, and she just bought another one. So I was gonna do so I have a Highlander, and I was gonna buy the Telluride. The back cubic space of a Telluride is so much bigger than but by the way, I'm gonna put it in the other half that I cut off. It's so much bigger in the back, and I was sold. As soon as I went and looked at it, I was sold. Plus, it wins all these awards right now in its medium size SUV category. So I was going to do it, and then come to find out, I couldn't trade in my leased vehicle towards a Toyota. You can only trade in a lease for another Toyota. So I had to buy it outright. And now that I own it, which thank you to my winnings at the casino, I was able to pay cash for my car. So I paid that off, and now I can go and do whatever I want with it. But now that I have it paid off, I'm kind of like, no payments. This is pretty nice. So I think I'm going to keep it. And we're selling at MSRP. Most of them are now selling over MSRP. And I am not going to pay over MSRP for a car, because at some point this craziness is going to stop and your car value is going to do this so fast that I did not want to be a victim of that. So I'm just going to keep it. I love my Highlander. I have no complaints about it at all. Except right now it's extremely slippery inside. I cleaned it with this leather cleaner, and when you sit on the seat now, you just want to slide right out from underneath it. Let's see. Scotty Kilmer on YouTube talks about how bad they are. Engines are good for 100,000 miles and then not reliable. Oh, really? So my daughter, I think she had hers a little over 100,000 miles. She started having problems, and that's when she decided to get rid of hers. She felt like she would fix one thing, like fix something with the brakes, and then it was something else wrong, and then something else wrong. And she's like, okay, I'm going to get rid of it and she got another. So, though, but best warranty that I have seen of any car dealer, though, like they warranty their cars like further than most other places warranty them. So I still really like it. The 2023 was announced a couple weeks ago, and I didn't really like some of the changes they made. All right, so a pen case, again, Happy Planner. I sold this pen case. It snaps into the Happy Planner, and you can put your pens in it, which I have one of them. Actually, I have this exact same one because I kept one for myself. So this was originally $8.99, was on sale for $2.24. I sold it for $10. Our stuff do I ever list under $10. And it sells always because happy planner people are crazy because I'm one of them. And we want one of everything that there is. Yeah, my Sienna just crossed 200,000 miles. Are you even still driving your Sienna? So I know you got your truck. My husband just hit over 100. Actually, he hit 100. It was 10, 10, 10, 10. And I'll tell you, Scott, my husband wants to meet you so bad. We were in northern Georgia a week and a half ago. We ended up going to Asheville. But we were there and he's like, how far are we from Scott? How far are we from Scott? We can make it there for Tuesday night and go have wings with him. He wants to meet you so bad. I think he's kind of have a man crush on you. That's what I told him. I said, you have a man crush on Scott. And he's really hoping you come out with that other channel. He really wanted to meet you. And I kept saying, Tony, come on, let's just head north. Let's just head back towards house. So I convinced him otherwise. But there is a Jeep off-road trail in Alabama, and we will at some point hit that. But the problem is it's only open on the weekends. So what we would probably do is hit it on the weekend and then hang out in town or something on Monday and then meet you on Tuesday. But yeah, I said, he's an introvert like you. So I told him. I said, so if we do it, it has to be on a Tuesday where he's already going to be to ambush him. And then in the long run, yeah, we went to Asheville, North Carolina and spent a couple days there. And then headed home. It's such a good trip. It was so nice. It went by so fast, 2 weeks. The only problem was, and it was really surprising, is we didn't have, so we had hot water, but not very good pressure in the shower. So many days I was taking with the I literally had to wait for the water to kind of drip out and use a washcloth to wash. I washed my hair one day and it took so long. We had no pressure. It's all back now. Everything's working now. But for about, at least the first week, it was not good when you wanted to take a shower. I took a cold shower. I had pressure with cold water. So some days I would take a cold shower. But yeah, but I still chose to take a cold shower over going to public showers. So anyway, it was fun. Had a great time. Spent 2 nights in the parking lot of a casino. One of them was on a Friday night and they had horse races. And when we got there and parked, the horse races hadn't started yet. It was probably 6 p.m. and the horse races started at 7. And where we parked, you could oversee the track, but the parking lot was empty. So we always make sure we park really far from the building. And so we parked far. And when we came out at 11 at night, the parking lots of us, it was so weird. I literally was laying in bed, no kidding, laying in the bed with the back window open, the blinds open, looking out, watching the horse races. How cool that? How many people can say that? I was laying in bed watching in-person horse races. So that was pretty cool. All GDI engines are problematic, especially if not maintained. What's a GDI? Drive them both. Sienna always for sourcing, which means yard sales Friday and Saturdays. Yes. I had a few. There wasn't a whole bunch though, but man, I just love it. I love it. The feeling of being at a yard sale. I just love that feeling. Except for when you have to go to the bathroom and you're in the middle of nowhere. And that's what I was like on Saturday. I want to buy a Sprinter for my business, but their prices are crazy. They are crazy. Is it Mercedes that makes the Sprinter? Hey, good morning, MD Picker. I was just thinking of you a little bit ago because you've come in here a few times and go and check out your channel. I think I may have subscribed when you first came in, but I was watching your videos last week or the week before. week before. I don't know. I watched like 3 of your videos. One of them you were live. I don't think I said hi because my internet was kind of spotty, and I don't like to say hi and then disappear. But it was I had my husband was driving. I was watching some videos. Oh, gas direct injection. Okay. Hey, did y'all see that we had a blowout on I-77? That was not fun. So I sold this whale planter, which you guys who have been around have seen a few of these. They are extremely slow sellers, but you get them at the Dollar Tree. But they sell very slow. So I sold that for $10. Paid $1 for it. $1.08. Now you'd pay $1.25 plus tax. So yeah, so we had stopped in North Carolina first, and then and as BP, you're behind a man crush. What's that mean? Or you're beyond a man crush. So we stopped in North Carolina first, and we hit some trails in the Uhori National Forest. Had a really good time. A lot of the trails were closed for maintenance, but the one that we went there to get, so we could get a Jeep Badge of Honor badge, was open. So we did hit that one after figuring out how to get there. Met some other nice people on there, which are Jeepers. And then we left there, drove through Charlotte into South Carolina, heading to South Carolina's Gulches RV park, or off-road vehicle park. And my husband was driving, and all of a sudden the RV went like this, like a couple times, and you could tell he was like, holy crap, trying to get it under control. And I'm like, what was that? Like, oh my God, like I could see my life flashing before me because it was like so crazy. And you were passing the tractor trailer, because normally we go slow. The tractor trailers pass us. But at this point, I think he was frustrated with the Charlotte traffic, because my husband does not do well under pressure and stress and traffic. And he was passing, and he was going 65, which we don't usually go above 60 in the RV. We're never in a hurry anyhow. Why go fast? That's why I say it was probably just frustration on his part. And he swerved like that, and I said there was a rest area coming up. I said it was a 3-lane highway, and he couldn't make it over enough to get off the rest area in time. So he ended up, I don't know, we probably drove, I say like 5 miles. He says it was less than that, but I think it was a while. And all of a sudden we heard dunk, 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 and he goes, oh, we got a flat. I'm like, great. We are on an interstate, busy interstate. We got a flat. So we pull over. What we think happened was the first flat tires, because we got dualies on the back, and the weight of the first tire blowing put all the weight on the second tire. And since we didn't stop right away, because we didn't realize that's what it was that had happened, ended up blowing the second tire. So now we got 2 tires. We have 1 spare. And it took us forever to get help. All right, so we have roadside assistance. We called them. They're great. He kept asking me all these questions, and I kept telling him we are in an RV. He asked me, like, what's the model number, all this stuff. And then he's like, okay, we're going to send somebody with a tow truck. I'm like, you better make sure they have a heavy duty tow truck that can pull a motorhome. He's like, oh, you have a motorhome? Yes, we like told you all this information. Like, this guy was moronic, right? He obviously was going through a checklist and not listening to the answers, but probably just typing them in. And he goes, oh, you got to talk to somebody else. So then he transferred us. We had to go through the whole thing. It took them an hour to find somebody to come to us. Once they found them, it took 3 hours from that point. So it was 4 hours until somebody showed up. That person got there. Oh, I didn't know you had a motorhome. I don't have a jack to lift your motorhome. So he left, and he says, call Joe's Trucking. So we called back to our roadside assistance and said, okay, we got this is who they say we should have. And they said, somebody yourself and not go through them. And I said, well, I don't pay for roadside assistance for me to end up hiring somebody myself and having to pay the bill. And she goes, oh no, we'll pay the bill, but if you find the person, we'll pay the bill for you. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, why don't you see if you can find somebody while my husband tries to find somebody also. And whoever wins, great, we'll go with that. And so about an hour later, she called me back and she says, did you find somebody? And I said, yeah, it's 4:00 on a Friday. Everything around us closes at 5. We found a towing company to come out. They could not tow our RV because it was the back tires and they can only tow from the front. So they would be towing it on, lifting it, and it would be dragging the blown out tires. They can't tow from the back because there's nothing on the RV to hook the tow truck to. So they could only do a flat tow, and they don't have that where they put it up on a thing. They don't have that. Somebody who has tires. They are 25 minutes from you. But if you would be willing to come over to us on the interstate, take our 2 tires off, drive my husband and the tires to the tire company, they will mount the tires and then come back and you guys can put the tires on for us. They said yes, even though they knew they were going to be after hours. Amazing company. So my husband calls the tire company back and tells them, and they're like, okay, no problem. Now remember, this is 4:00. Well, it gets close to about 10 to 5 tires off because they kept asking us, what exit number are you on? And we're like, I don't know. It says 3 miles to the exit. And I could see that it was exit 62 ahead of us. So I said, I think we're on exit 58. No, 59, whatever, whatever. We went one direction. Ended up being, we were actually at exit 65. We didn't do the math in the order that, because we didn't know how they counts. Sometimes interstates count down or count up. Well, we thought it was doing, so we said we're 3 miles from exit whatever. And from exit 62. And so they ended up going the other direction, which I guess is a ways to the next exit for them to turn around and come all the way back. Whatever, it was now 10 to 5. So my husband called the tire company and said, we're not going to make it there by closing, but we're buying 3. They already knew we were buying 3 tires from them, and said, can you, would you mind staying open for after 5? He says, no, we close at 5. Well, actually, she goes, hold on, let me have you talk to the owner. He talked to the owner, and the owner says, no, we close at 5. And he goes, I will pay your employee overtime. If you guys will stay, I will pay your overtime for somebody to stay to mount these tires. And he's like, no, he kept saying like, no, whatever. And then all of a sudden he goes, oh, someone just volunteered. So he must have been on speakerphone, which is good. Somebody volunteered to stay. And then the owner says, at 5, and he is on your clock, so you better take care of him. So we're like, yeah, we will take care of him, right? Because we did not want to stay on the side of the interstate. Thankfully, financially, we can handle taking care of somebody. I just think about somebody who, in some of my RV groups that I'm in, some people are just like, man, this is so expensive to have an RV and the traveling and stuff like that. And I think, man, we're just very fortunate. One of my friends reminded me of how fortunate we are that we're able to take care of somebody, because I reached out to, had texted and said, I said, I don't know how much should we pay them. Like, I don't know what the going rate is for pay here. I don't want to insult somebody by not offering them enough. I don't want to, I wasn't really worried about overpaying somebody, but I just didn't want to insult somebody. So I guess I'd ask you guys, you're in South Carolina. You know that somebody is probably going to stay working about a half hour. What would you pay somebody who's overtime on a Friday night for a half hour? The second question is, how much would you pay somebody who works an hour overtime for their work? again in South Carolina, for somebody working on a car, right? Tire, mounting a tire. So, it's not a doctor or a lawyer. And then the tow truck person who was probably like 20 years old. I think he probably had a great weekend spending the money we gave him. I will tell you that we tipped more than it cost us to pay the towing company for what the towing company charged. So, my husband back on the road by, I was a little after 6 by the time we were all done. But thankfully, we had the RV. We tow a Jeep. So while we were on the side of the road, we had the Jeep attached to the RV. We were sitting in our lawn chairs in the blaring sun. It was so hot. It was like in the 80s there at the time. And about an hour went by, and I was like, it is so hot. My husband goes, I'm going to go unhook the Jeep. That way, at least if somebody was to sideswipe or not pay attention and go, we would still have the Jeep to get home in and drive around in. So Tony ended up unhooking the Jeep, which I was nervous as heck with him being there. You see so many videos on TV and on the internet or whatever of people going off from the interstate and hitting the cars on the side of the road. So we didn't stay in the RV. We could have and had air conditioning, but I just, safety wise, we stayed away. We were, quite a distance off from the side of it. The only time I went into the RV is when I had to go to the restroom. We were there for 8 hours on the side of the road. So this is the interstate, right? We were sitting over here in the dirt. He took the RV and brought it up here on the top of a hill. So we were looking down at it. And we just sat in the RV or in the Jeep with the air conditioner on for 7 hours. All right. So if low on funds, you just stop by a casino, right? We didn't do so well. We did go to 3 casinos. The first night we stayed at a casino, which we had a snowstorm going through. It took us 9 hours to drive 6. Normally would have been 6 hours. It was just crazy, crazy weather and so many accidents. One really bad tractor trailer that was on its side. Hopefully they made it. They were injured, but they. So we spent the night there. We went in. I think we broke even, and then we went to, that was at Hollywood Casino in Pennsylvania, and then we went to Cherokee Casino, and we didn't spend the night there, but that was an amazing casino. It's so big. That one we lost $50 total between the two of us, so that was not bad, right? $50 for a good afternoon of fun. That was fun. Plus, they just opened up Gordon Ramsay's food court, and everything was 50% off, so we got to save 50% on our lunch. And then we went to another Hollywood casino that had the racetrack. That was in West Virginia at Charlestown. And we lost money at that one. I think we lost $450 at that one, I think, between the two of us. I'm just reading I'm way behind on messages. Hopefully I didn't miss too much. Yeah, I would tip more too. Yeah, $50 an hour and $30 for every 30 minutes after that is what Timothy says. All right, so I gave my husband, right, because we had some money, but I got to tell you, my money was all from my casino winnings, which was $100 bills. So 200s and I think I gave him 220s. So I said, give the guy at the tire place $100, right? We were so thankful that somebody volunteered. If he would not have volunteered, we would have been stuck on the side of the interstate all night long, because I didn't tell you. So when the Progressive is who we had for roadside assistance, when they called back and I said, this is what we got, my husband found somebody, but we had to jump through all these hoops. She goes, I'm so anybody to come out and help you from their roadside assistance phone book, I guess. She goes, it is, everyone closes at 5 and nobody wanted to take it on. So we're like, great. Thankfully my husband got creative with how to do this. And somebody said to me, well, why didn't you just change your own tire? because I was telling the story in an RV group. Well, we only had one spare tire. So no matter what, we could not have done both tires. Now, hindsight, we could have taken to the tire place, came back, put that tire on, took the other tire off, went back, right? Because even in his Jeep, he doesn't have room for for very many tires. Plus, we had a spare. Come to find out, the spare tire had dry rot, and the first people who showed up to help, who didn't have a jack to even lift it, we don't have a jack. We do now, but we did not have a jack. We now have a bottle jack or whatever they're called. So my husband has a bad back, and part of us getting this roadside assistance was so he didn't have to deal with lifting these heavy. We are in the Jeep, and we've had to change our tire once in the Jeep. There are always a lot of people around, and we've always had no issue. If we have an issue, there's always somebody to help my husband with the tire because of his back and stuff. So in this case, my husband said, I don't care. I will deal with the back pain. It might put him up for a week or two, which I was really worried with this trip because he was having some back issues before we left. And I was really concerned about hitting some off-road trails, and if it pulled out his back. So that was kind of the issue with that one, was because we lost both tires. Again, if we had pulled over right away when the first sway and we realized what was going on, we would have saved that second tire. But we've put better tires on it. We put a thicker ply, which from what I've heard, we need to get even a thicker. We put a commercial ply on, which is, somebody said this one's like a 10 ply, but they sell a 14 ply. I think that's what I've overheard. And so I think in the long run, we're actually going to buy 4 new tires for the back that are 14 ply, and hopefully that's it. So now it's all like, all right, why did we blow those tires? What happened? They couldn't tell by looking at them what caused it. I was nervous the rest of the trip, thinking that maybe the RV weighed too much. Maybe we put too much stuff in the RV, and that's what blew the tires from the gross vehicle weight thing. So we weighed the RV when we got back to town. We actually went to the local trash place where they have a scale, that we actually were still underweight. So I don't think it was it, but somebody said, tires themselves can get dry rot if you're not using them. And this RV had we were told it had new tires on it, but it had low miles. So I don't think they were using it very much. So we think that may have played a role in it, but we don't really know. I saw the blowout. You have the patience of a saint. It was it was really tough, Anissa. My husband was not. His patience was. I was just like, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It sucks, but thankfully we were not really on a schedule. I mean, we had reservations and stuff, but what are you out? You're staying at a campground, and we get $30. You're out $30 if you don't show up that day. Okay, so again, we're okay with the finances for that type of stuff. All right, so I sold this linen blend bed skirt from Hearth and Hand. This is that Chip and Joanna Gaines. This is their brand. $30.99 was the sticker price on here. I paid $1 for it, and I sold it for $28.99. Oh, it's going right here in New York. I'm just going to put it in one of these because it's going to go priority. Absolutely. Tires have a shelf life, used or not. Yeah. So I think because even like this, to hear that the spare tire had dry rot, and they were, and the tires are not very old. So we still got 2 tires on it that were the back tires, the other 2 dualies that are the, from when we bought it. So we're definitely thinking we got to get those changed out. Our next big trip is, in June we have a trip. We're going to New Hampshire. So I'd like to get it changed out by then. We are going this weekend, but it's only a couple hours away. not as work. Well, again, I'm also not as work because we're not going to pack the RV as much. And oh, it's 2 pounds 3 ounces. And we're also not going to be hold on, I'm looking for the measurements. 1512. 1512. All right, $8. I can handle that. $8. They paid $8.02. So yeah, we're not. At least if something happens, we can pull over on, you know, a normal road. Liberty, New York. I wonder where that is. I don't know. We just spent $1,000 buying some sway bars because one of the things is every time. Where did I put my tape? It's right here. Every time we would an 18-wheeler would go by, it pushes the RV off to the side. And my husband said it was just so much work to keep the RV on the road at times, just from wind or anything. And we were watching some videos, and that's what they talk about, how tiring it is. And that's why when you're on a road trip with a motorhome, not a Class A, use a Class C. If you're in a diesel, it's a lot better, but we're in a gas one. Definitely tire you out. And a lot of people only drive like 3 or 4 hours and then they stop because of how tired they are. And that's, my husband was kind of like that. And I'm like, God, I thought we were going to get further than this when we were heading home from Asheville, North Carolina. And I'm like, you want to stop now? Like, I feel like we just got started. So that was probably our only big argument we had. So, okay, I got to step away for a minute and use the little girl's room. So I'll be right back. I'm back. I mean, deluge. All right, so that was our trip, and I don't know. I'm ready to go on another one. I had so much fun. All right, so now that was it for eBay, by the way. So let's jump over to Etsy. I had to cancel an order on Amazon this week. I'm frozen. Why do I keep freezing? I sold something on eBay, and then I sold it on Amazon. Sold on Etsy. So, you know, I've been doing my print on demand. Am I freezing on your side? Because when I look over here to my computer where I have my orders and come over here, every now and then I'm frozen on StreamYard. But it doesn't look like the internet's causing it. But what was I saying? Oh, so print on demand. So I have some books on Amazon I'm selling, which I'm actually pretty impressed with my sales so far. I think I sold 21. So I ended up listing some of them on Etsy. Yes, I am freezing every now and then. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's going on with that. Because it shows my internet's working fine. Oh my God, this person paid priority mail for this? Oh, sometimes I shake my head in disbelief what buyers will pay. May arrive late. That's weird. So I love them. And they paid for priority mail going to New Smyrna Beach. Buyer expects it May 13th. Huh. That's so weird. Why would they pay priority mail for that? Whatever. I'm going to send it in a flat rate envelope. I need to take some of these out. Just a bag of them. All right, so I took some of the books that I created, and I'm trying to get more over towards more digital type of products and not having to sit here and ship stuff, because I just don't want to take the time anymore to do this. So I took some of the books and I put them on Etsy, and then when I sell them, and I place an author copies order, and then I have it shipped as an author's copy to the person on Etsy. So I just got my first order, so I was pretty excited to set that up yesterday, and we'll see how that happens. Hopefully, I estimated how long it's going to take Amazon. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. So I ended up putting one of my stickers on here. So hopefully it doesn't take too long, and they get it in a timely manner. I think I got 15 days, but I noticed that for an author copy, it takes longer for them to send it than it does if I was to place a retail order. Oh, my husband's home. I see some legs walking over there. I think they're working on the swimming pool. So my brother-in-law is here visiting because it's turkey season. So they've been doing, or he's been doing turkeys, not my husband. Let's see. Flat rate envelope. It's $8.75. So that made money on shipping. Might be on vacation while in New Smyrna Beach. It could be. Yeah, so we did that with Amazon. So the day we were going to be leaving for our trip, I got out our GoPro and I said, oh my gosh, Tony, we forgot to buy another memory card for the GoPro, because the one we had, it filled, if I don't remember how much storage it has, but it fills up too quickly. So I said, let's buy a terabyte card, and that way because what we do when we're on the Jeep, we mount the GoPro at the front of the Jeep, and I have it on my phone app, and I just say go, turn it on, and I turn it on for the whole road, and then I just clip out parts that I want. Well, I said, let me look and see if there's a Best Buy, an Office Depot, a Staples, like along our route that we can stop and pick one up at. Ended up being there really wasn't anything, but the prices were so much higher than Amazon. So I said, well, what if we picked it up at one of their Amazon lockers along our route? And so I went ahead and did that. And I said, we're going to be in the Martinsville, just south of Martinsville. Is it Greenville, Green something in North Carolina. And I said, why don't we pick it up there at a Ross? And I placed the order and said, we'll pick it up at this zip code. And I got to look and said, I looked at a map and tried to figure out what's going to be the easiest to get the RV, pulling the Jeep off the interstate and get back on the interstate easy enough. And that Ross looked pretty simple. So I said, let's go with this one. So I placed the order and it said it would be there on Monday. And I said, okay, well, we got 3 days to pick it up, or they cancel the order and send it back. Well, we weren't going to be going through until Wednesday. So I said, well, that's enough time. It'll be there for 2 days before we get there. And we were leaving on Saturday. Yes, we were leaving Saturday. I don't remember. No, we didn't leave till Monday because I ordered Sunday. And I'm like, well, it must be coming from a warehouse like really close by for it to get there in time. Well, on our way down, it told us that the order was delayed. It actually ended up getting shipped from Georgia. The order was delayed and it wasn't going to be there till Tuesday. And we're like, well, that's fine. We need it Wednesday. Well, after Monday night, when we were driving on Tuesday, we got to that area and we decided not to stop where we were going to stop for the night. We decided to keep driving and actually make it to our destination a day early. We called the campground and they are check in a day early. And so we drove through and I'm like, well, it wasn't there anyhow. So we couldn't have picked it up because it didn't get there on Monday and it was now Tuesday and it still wasn't there. So on Wednesday we hit the trails and then on Thursday it got delivered late Wednesday afternoon. And I said, even if we were on our normal schedule, we still would have gone through that area before it was there. So we actually had a day of nothing to do, and we actually ended up driving up there, picked up the item, which was really great. The road on vacation and you need something, and Amazon still has the best price. Order and pick it up at a locker. If for some reason we didn't make it back up because it was an hour drive for us to go back to that area to pick it up, if we didn't make it back up, within 3 days they just cancel the order and ship it back, or you can even cancel it. It even told us because it was delayed on Wednesday we could cancel the order if we wanted to, but at that point we decided, hey, let's just drive back up that area tomorrow and we can grab it with the Jeep, and then there was something else we needed to stop at up in that area. So yeah, so that was, is it 512 gigabyte? I ended up not getting the terabyte. I said, let's get a 512 and see if we're finding that we need a terabyte, then we'll buy the terabyte. So we got the 512 and yeah, it's been working great. And I don't know, we actually ended up not using the GoPro hardly at all this trip. Okay, let's see where else we got. What else did we get at Etsy? So Etsy, I sold this Marvel Avengers journal. And no, this wasn't the thing. Something I sold. Something like this that I sold, and then I sold it again on Amazon. So this one I paid, what did I say, $2.99 for it, and it's sold for $21.61 all in with shipping. I gotta get the sticker off. So that was really nice. When we were in Asheville, Tennessee, it was like those Amazon vans, Sprinter van type things, doing their delivery. So that's nice. I've noticed every now and then when I drop ship on Facebook, when I drop ship from Amazon, most of the orders I place on Amazon are delivered by Amazon. Still UPS that delivers the Amazon up here near me. And Tony and I were talking about sourcing. Did I throw that? Oh, I threw it away. I got to get another tissue to use for my Gougon. So we went to some antique stores and we had so much fun walking around them. They're so big. Asheville had so many of them. So many. I wasn't really sourcing because, again, I was so worried about the weight of our RV that I didn't really want to see something that's just like, we've got to get it. We'll get it. But other than that, we were just I don't know, more as a hobby, just walking around looking and seeing what people were selling and all that. But man, their prices were high. They were so high where we went. Oh, I can't put it in that because this is Etsy. Yes, I can. It's Etsy. I got an Amazon book like this too. I got to ship out. Not the exact same one, but similar. But therefore, I will use this. Although I would say when I had the smaller ones, I'd still use them on Amazon because where it said eBay, I would put a sticker over it and then I'd put the label over that. Never had a complaint. So this has a retail price of $18.95 on the back that's printed, but it's sealed, so I'm not taking that off. Let me make sure I got the marble one right. And gotta seal the bottom that I cut. And I'm gonna put one of my Red Barn stickers on the actual packaging this time. This one's going to Texas 14. $5.96. So this whole trip, one of the things I talked to you guys about in the past was I wanted to get to a point where I would be able to just, when I get up in the morning, I could on demand and, create all those listings and stuff I'm doing in that realm. And my husband usually doesn't get up till like 9 or 10 in the morning. And then I would have like four good hours of work before he would get up. My internet was so crappy that I wasn't able to connect to anything. And I used so much of online, like I use Canva, Creative Fabrica, and all those places. And it's all online based. So it really was tough for me to do any of that type of work. So I didn't end up getting any of that done at all on this trip. Not to mention, and Tony was only probably getting up at like 9. So I usually only had about an hour before he got up. Just enough time for me to watch some TV, or not TV, but some YouTube if I had enough internet for that. But most of the time I didn't even have that. I have some podcasts I downloaded. I would listen to those. I wanted to show you one of the things I sold. Let me see if I can get this. Okay. I'll give you a sneak peek into what I sold. Add to stream. Here we go. So this is the book I sold on Etsy that I have for sale on Amazon. It's a camping journal and camp book. What's so funny is I said to my daughter, "Can you give me?" Well, she asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said, "Well, we would love a camping journal, something I can write in and talk about our travels and stuff like that." And she got me a book. And when I opened it up this trip, I said, I'm going to take that book out and I'm going to start using it because I'd put it away after Christmas. And I was looking at the pages and I was like, oh my God, this is exactly like the type of book I just created for print on. Yeah, this was the type of book she gave me because I opened it and stuck it into we had a tote that's just for camping. And as we got stuff throughout the winter for camping, we put it into that tote. And so when I opened, I never really even looked at it. I just put it in the tote. So I didn't pull out the tote until we were ready to go and start putting stuff in the camper. Because I don't know if you guys knew, we were supposed to get our camper on April 1st from winter storage, but it was blocked in by a fifth wheel that the owner of the storage couldn't move until the owner of the fifth wheel got there to move their fifth wheel out of the way because he didn't have the equipment to move this fifth wheel. And that fifth wheel was a trucker who was on the road at the time. So they didn't come until we hit the road on the 11th, or no, on the 18th. It was the Monday after Easter. And I think it was Thursday. It was either the 13th or the 14th that my husband got the call saying you can come get your RV. So we only had a couple of days rather than a couple of weeks to get the RV up and ready for us to hit the road. So this is one of the books that I sold. So when you're on Amazon, it is so tough. Amazon only allows you to have like your front page and it shows your back page, which really this shows nothing of what's inside. So what's nice about Amazon is I was a little, it's easier to create something and throw it up on Etsy than Amazon. Although Amazon does have what they call A+ content that you're able to edit and add those to your pages, which I do. You got to wait for it to get approved. It takes a little longer, and it's just a little bit more work. But so this is what the book looks like. Is the pages let a place to put the date, your destination, your campground, pros, cons, things to do, tips for next time, and then just notes pages. So if you have like one of those little photo things, like Instax, my daughter uses hers all the time, that you could take a picture of stuff and you could actually tape it in here and then put notes and journal and all that kind of stuff. So I added this page to ours. My book that my daughter gave me does not have a page like this. So I thought this was actually kind of nice. Actually, her book had stuff that I could care less about on it. But so I did. I went to Canva and used one of their mock-ups and created this picture on there too. But this is my main photo. So this is what I sold. When I order from Amazon and I do a author's copy, it cost me a flat $5.99 in shipping. So I did pass the shipping cost of $5.99 off to my customer. And so you'll see, like, if you were to order this today, you wouldn't get it until June 2nd. So I have a very long handling on this. So if you placed your order on the 9th, your order would ship anywhere between the 13th and 23rd, and then it could take the 19th to the 2nd to get it. So I really extended the timeline on this only because I didn't want to take of it not showing up in time. Hopefully it does. I just noticed I have Class C on here twice. See that? Class C and then Class C. That should say Class B. I got to edit that listing. So yeah, so that's what I sold on Etsy. And that I went and placed the order. Hopefully it gets there in a timely manner. So one of the things I did, does anybody here do print on demand at all? Or have you guys thought about it? Oh, I'm frozen. Okay, I'll repeat myself just in case I want to or have thought about doing print on demand. So it can be print on demand like a t-shirt. It could be print on demand for me is the KDP Publishing through Amazon. They'll print my books for me for like wicked cheap. Wicked cheap compared to how much it would have cost for me to get it done locally or somewhere else. It was so expensive to do it on my own. Now, you lose control. Like I can't get spiral bound, or, I can't add on a pen loop or include stickers or a folder or anything like that. And I'm stuck to just what Amazon provides. And like, if I wanted to do this, even though I couldn't because this is copyright, but let's say I put, something else here. You can do a book very similar to this, a hardcover book, but you can't add like this strap right here. But you can do a hardcover book and you can do paperback with the binding. I just uploaded and I have to order an author copy to see what it looks like. A 300-page book. How many pages are in this? 192. So there's 192. So I just uploaded a 300-page book. I'm wondering what it's going to be like. Actually, they haven't approved it yet. Once they approve it, I'm going to order one. Let's see. I may have to reconsider and only do hardcover for the 300-pager. All right. So speaking of this, I sold this on Amazon. Again, Ollie's $2.99. I sold this for $18 with free shipping. I do free shipping on Amazon. So Doyle has thought about it. Yeah, I just ripped part of the plastic wrapping on it. God, these usually come off really easy from this. Shoot. All right, so I might take this plastic right off and poly bag it with a clear bag. That's what I'm going to do. right? Because they don't know it's going to come wrapped up in plastic. They don't know. Damn. Any other platform, I wouldn't be so bothered by it, but Amazon's got stuff up their a-hole all the time. All right, I'm pulling this off. It ripped. So I'm going to pull it off and I'm going to put it in a clear bag. Because somebody getting this, they would have no idea that it was originally all wrapped up. Alrighty, I got some poly bags. There, now I don't have to worry about the sticker price. I'm fighting with that anymore. And what can I put you in? What can I put you in? Put you in one of these. Not until after I put you in some of this, so that your edges don't get banged and bruised. Give me a piece of this. What time is it? It's not noon yet. Making sure it wasn't noon. My husband will be coming looking for the packages here soon. See him and his brother out there still fooling with the pool. It's supposed to be in the 80s all week this week and weekend. Well, I think today is only going to be like 70 something. What am I watch on? Oh, thank you for the I see I got a message from something item. And that person's in my chat right now, so thank you so much. Let me check. Oh, it's gonna be 73 today. It got down to 32 last night. Yeah, it's gonna be 76 tomorrow, 78, 84, 85, 82, 78. That's some warm weather. Oh, I see the rain has gone from 30% chance to 50. Well, that I don't like on Saturday, because my plan was to go garage sailing. We're going to be camping in the Thousand Islands this weekend at a town called Clayton, which is outside of Watertown, New York. We are going to, I'm going to, because we're going to pull the Jeep. I'll take his Jeep and go garage sailing on Friday and Saturday. I'm kind of bummed because I realized not until after we booked the trip that this weekend in my town, right here in this area, is the town-wide sales. It's not really my town. I live in West Stockholm, but Stockholm itself is having town-wide. All right, well, apply 14 ounces. Oh my God! You guys, what the heck? Look at the price for UPS. $2.23. What? $2. And they'll get it on May 12th, which is this week. $2. That is incredible. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm going UPS ground with this baby. Even if it's only $3 to do UPS, but UPS would be, or USPS, but that's medium mail, which is like the slow boat. Wow. Yeah. You are going UPS. Okay, I got to put this somewhere so I don't bring it to the post office. Holy smokes, $2. This is incredible. That's Amazon, Anissa. That was Amazon. I also sold this on Amazon. So I went to a rummage sale and I picked up this book. I scanned it with my Amazon Sellers app. And I said, because I usually will take the time and scan anything that I don't see very often that's a nonfiction book, I take the time to scan. So, or, not always, but majority of the time. And so I scanned this one and it came up as, I think it was then how much I sold it for. Because I did kind of lowball. Yeah. Well, it was selling for $15.85. It won't do it unless I put my hand there. Huh? So believe me, $15.85. I sold it for $14. I said, what the heck? And the rank was low. Right? The rank is 260,000 in books. So that's pretty good. So I listed it on Amazon. When I got home that day, I woke up the next morning and it had sold. So I sold it for $14, paid $1 for it. Not bad. I was going to go media mail with it, but perhaps this is going to end up going UPS. We'll see. It comes with a CD-ROM in it. And for those who are wondering, what is that book? What is the Then and Now maps? It's kind of cool. So it has maps throughout it. So this is the then on the left or on the right. And then it has these clear with red marks that tell you this is the now. So in case you're wondering, Jordan used to be part of Saudi Arabia. Or something like that. I don't know. I don't read the Bible. But it's kind of cool to look at. I actually looked through it before I, this weekend. I looked through it. Okay, so let's grab some bubbles. You can protect the sides because we are going to put it in a bag. And that was like really fast. Oh, by the way, this sells for like $60 brand new. This. Isn't that what it came up as? Let me see. New is 1984. Yeah, look, or used is, look at new is $62.99. And there's only one seller selling it new. So I'm like, oh yeah, I think I should pick that up. And I'm glad I did. Question for you guys. When you're at a rummage sale, like a church rummage sale, are you honest about why you're buying stuff? Because because I was at a garage sale looking at some overalls, and I'm like, I don't know if this is going to fit my daughter. And then there was a jean jacket, a Marlboro jean jacket that she had for sale, and I'm like, I think my husband might like this, right? It was a size medium. Yeah, my husband, and a medium. I'm like, I wonder if my husband would wear this, right? I say stuff like that all the time. When I'm with other people, we have codes. So I have a cousin cousin Michelle and Scott, and so we would always say, hey, do you think Michelle, depending on if you're talking about a male or female, or if it was a couple, or do you think Michelle and Scott's daughter would like this? Stuff like that. So, but when I'm at the rummage sale at the church and I'm talking to the church ladies, I feel so guilty not saying like truly, oh yeah, I'm buying all these books because I'm going to resell them because that's where I got this. So I do lie, but I feel so guilty about it. So I don't really want to tell them I'm reselling. I think they feel like they have a mission at for a low price. And, so I bought a box of books. If you are on my Discord group, I think you saw the video that I put up on TikTok. And what happened was they had these guidebooks, and they had a complete series. And in the box, it said, complete series, don't know if you want to sell it at the rummage sale or put it in the library. So I saw the paper, and I thought, should I say something? Did they know what they just put out? So I took the piece of paper and I put it in between the books so they wouldn't see it. Well, then I said, all right, I should ask. It's a message. It's come to me twice. So I brought one of the boxes up and I said, there's a note in here. Just want to make sure you guys saw it. I'm assuming since it's out at the rummage sale, then you decided to sell it. And she says, yeah, we decided to sell it. It's a complete set. And I said, oh, I'm so excited. I've been looking for these. That's what I told him. I told him I was going to read them this summer while I was in the RV. I didn't tell them that you're selling those $8 books to me and I'm going to list them on eBay for $150. Do, because I mean, I felt slightly guilty. I still kind of feel slightly guilty, but not enough to stop it. 1 pound, 4 ounces. 1 pound, 4 ounces for these books. Or for this one book. $2.65. And they'll get it by Wednesday. What? The what? The what? Go to Illinois. Oh my God. Running with it. Well, now I got 2 books to go to UPS. And they don't even slow it down. Oh, I should have looked to see what it said if I would have went with the USPS for a delivery date. Oh, actually, it's my husband going to the post office. Hopefully he'll be okay. So Scott says, don't overlook Canon binoculars. Sold a pair for $8.99. Were they vintage? Was there anything special about those binoculars? Should I look at my husband's closet? We have binoculars in our RV just in case. My husband's like, I don't think we need them. I said, you never know when we're sitting in the RV and we're like, hey, is that a wild pig? He was so infatuated with wild pigs while we were down in South Carolina and Georgia. Holly says she has good luck with religious books other than Bibles. Yeah, I don't do so well on Bibles, but some Bibles do really well. I'll only buy them if they look like they were like a family Bible, like something that's been passed on. I buy stuff, don't feel the need to say why I am buying. I know, why do I always feel like I got to say something? Like, why else would somebody be buying 2 boxes of books? I tell them I shop for different people and I have a big family, which is true. I shop for myself, my family, and to resell. I know, yeah. I think we need to have a shopping nerd alert for UPS with you. I know. I can't believe the pricing. That is ridiculous. Every time, right? Every time I do it, I celebrate with you guys. So this was an Amazon sale. My rope, and it sold for $12.55. Let's see, where are you going? Where are you going? Philadelphia. It's going to Bernadette in Philadelphia, not to Paul in Philadelphia. So let's put you in a 9864 box. We're going to box it just so it don't get crushed. Just so I don't hear any feedback. Nope, looked like a pair of Canon lenses stuck together. $20. Gosh, I want to go Goodwill shopping so bad. We don't have them here. People complain about Goodwill prices, and I'm like, shut up, you guys. You're so lucky you have Goodwills. I mean, I like your mom and pop thrift stores also. But I don't know, we just don't even around here, there's not really those. Okay, I'm gonna let me throw in one of these. So what's the exclamation point for, Timothy? Is it that Amazon for shipping? That is just crazy. I just don't understand how eBay cannot negotiate better prices for us. Speaking of eBay, for those that have been in other eBay Facebook groups, did anybody have a group they belong to get shut down this weekend? Because, was it Christmas Day or the day after Christmas? Facebook shut down quite a few eBay groups based upon like a vero that eBay filed against the groups back then. That's what we were told. eBay's response was, you got to spell eBay correctly with a capital E. Answered why groups got shut down. I think it has to do with the whole dead pig, and that there are still people on eBay who don't like when anybody talks negative about eBay, and they're doing what they can to shut down groups that aren't all cheerleading positive eBay. Why else would eBay be going on Facebook saying shut down reselling groups that have eBay in their title? So this weekend there was another group that got another group of groups that got shut down. So that's why I'm on Discord, baby. Nobody shouting us the title. But it does make you wonder, will it have an impact on YouTube if you put eBay in your title? Like today I said, packing orders for eBay. What? Okay, so, well, this would have been $3.79 first class through the USPS, and they would get there on Wednesday, or $3.24 through USPS or UPS. I think I'm going to go UPS. Why not? Where's it going? Philadelphia. That's right. I think, why not? Save me 55 cents. That's one thing I really like about like Amazon is I have free shipping, but I don't say how I'm going to ship it. So I have the ability to switch and ship by whatever carrier is necessary, especially if it makes a difference on when it's going to get there. Whereas on eBay, when you set it up, most people will say what type of shipping. You can do like standard shipping, which I don't really care for selecting standard shipping. Jeff from his YouTube channel name, he was told by eBay to change the name of his channel. Yeah, I can see that. I'm not surprised, Holly. I agree. We need an alert and shipping discount. Yeah, I really am happy with the shipping discounts from Amazon. That was definitely a game changer when it comes to doing FBM. People doing FBM, absolutely helping that out. All right, let me check my other Etsy stores. It's easier for me to check on my phone because on my phone, I think I've showed you guys before. On my phone, I can click on down here under more, and then I click on account, and it shows all 4 accounts that I have. And there's one under the Red Barn Planning. That's that drop shipped one from Amazon. So on Etsy, you're not allowed to drop ship, but you can drop ship from a partner. So for instance, if I do t-shirts and I'm having them done by Printful, it will drop ship from Printful, and that's okay as long as you disclaim you have partnership. So when it comes to Amazon, Amazon is just like using Printful, Printify, whatever. So I have Amazon KDP Publishing as one of my partners, and I say that I design it. I do everything but the final production and shipping, and that's perfectly okay with Etsy. So that's where you can get away with drop shipping on Etsy by doing that. You guys want me to show you what I got at my garage sales this weekend? Since we got a few more minutes. It is 12, but Tony hasn't come down yet. I should bag up the stuff, though, for when he does come. I bought at a garage sale this weekend, so you guys can see what I picked up. All right, put the stuff in a bag. It's all ready for him. How many did I have today? 1, 2, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 today. And these are UPS. morning.
I know it is.
I was just putting these in a bag for you. For UPS. Oh, wait a minute. No, there's another one. This one. All three.
Read it, make sure.
Yeah, UPS. All three Amazon. I went with UPS because they were like $2 and something for shipping. UPS post office. Do you want me to bring the UPS?
No, we're taking off at your car.
I know, but how long are you going to be gone?
I got to go to Canton or Messina to go get the parts for the trailer. We just took we took the pump, took it apart, found the problem. There's a slice in the electrical cord. I'm glad I didn't go in there.
Oh, in the pool?
Maybe that's why that turkey died that day. He took a drink and got electrocuted.
Oh, turkey took a drink out of the
last
pool?
year. Not the pool, in there.
Oh.
The pond. That's why the pond kept tripping. There was a bare wire this much.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Huh.
It must have been part of it I didn't notice before.
I'm going to show them what I bought at the garage sale.
Okay, I'm out of here.
Okay, if you happen to go by Kinney's medicine there, if you want to swing by and grab it.
Yeah.
If you don't, that's okay. I'll have to just go back out later and get it. Because I don't think you're going to be right by it. Alrighty. Look what I got. Look what I got. Okay. Oh, of course, there's always stories behind stuff, too. All right. So, first garage sale I went to, they had this. It was actually, so Thursday, Ma treated her for Mother's Day. And in the morning on Friday, I said, well, there's a couple garage sales I want to hit on the way home because we're going to be going through the town. So I actually ended up only being one garage sale. Got home, saw this, and I was not familiar with the name Thomas. If you can see that, but it's also probably upside down. Yep. It's upside down, but Thomas. So, I mean, it's got its lid, scratched on the bottom. So I saw it and I'm like, I don't recognize the name. It's not, I like stainless steel. I usually will pick those up. So I got to the back to the car because I didn't see anything else. And I looked it up. And they're selling for, I think, anywhere between like $25 and $40. So I said, all right, I think I'm going to go back and get it. She wanted $3 for it. So I decided to go back, went and grabbed it, picked it up, and I was like, oh, it's not $3, it's $2. Pay $2 for it. That was one. Excuse me. So you guys saw these. These are shawls. I think that's what you call them, right? They're just a triangle. They smell like an old lady. So I picked these up. I didn't know. So this was the same garage sale as I bought the pot and pan there, that pot pan at the frying pan Saturday, because she said, come back. They're going to be adding more stuff to the sale throughout the day and into Saturday. And Saturday morning, I woke up and I ended up heading back in that direction for some other garage sales. And I went back to that one to see what else she had. I saw this, and she also had one in this fabric or this colorway. And I was like, this screams my daughter. She should have been born in the 70s. And so I said, I'll pick those up and see if my daughter wants them. She didn't. So they ended up going on eBay. So I didn't know how much to even ask for them. It's hard to find ones that are even similar to that. But most of them are like mass produced from China type of thing. There's not very many handmade. And even when you put in handmade, you're not really finding true handmade stuff. So she also had this. So the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. And I was like, well, I don't know if I should get this. I think I've picked up other Atlanta Olympic stuff and it has not done so well. So again, this day, actually I was still at the garage sale when I looked it up. and for one sold for $150. So I said, okay, I think I'll go back and grab that. Her stuff had no prices on it. The stuff that she added back out didn't have prices. I overheard her say to somebody that they were moving to Arizona, so they're trying to get rid of their stuff. And I felt, listen, I paid $2 for that pot or that pan yesterday. Probably the price is pretty good. So I grabbed a bunch and then I said, how much for all of this? So she ended up charging me $1 for everything, each piece, not $1 for all, but like $1 for the sweatshirt, $1 for the shawl, $1 for these overalls. I know that overalls can do pretty well. I was not aware of this brand, Original Threads. There's only one other original thread sold. Really nothing listed that I could find. Nothing in this green color. So I said, what the heck, I'll pick it up because I did look these up too. And again, I didn't know her pricing, but I knew it should be pretty good. So I grabbed that. I figured just on that sweatshirt itself, I probably paying $1. This was also where I bought that. For those who weren't here when I was packaging all my stuff, I sold a Big Dogs canvas crossbody purse or bag of some sort. And I paid $1 for that. No, 50 cents for that. Because I also bought this, and she said $1 for the two of them combined. So this little gnome doll from Knickerbocker. I didn't look up the Big Dogs bag or this, but I figured, I know I've heard of Knickerbocker plush before, and I just took a chance. And it paid out. I mean, the bag I sold for, what, $25. So I felt pretty good with everything. That was at that one garage sale. Then I went to another garage sale, which I got to read John's note here. Mine is still in the van. Show and tell. Oh, I missed it. Oh, that was a while ago, 9 minutes ago, so I don't remember. Oh, what I bought. Oh, mine is still in the van. Time to get that out, Scott. Let's go. I need one of those electrified turkey ponds. SUV got attacked by a bunch of turkeys crossing the road yesterday morning. Mean things. It's turkey season here. If it's before. So yeah, we built a pond in our backyard, 3 years ago, and last year it was just really stagnant. And he says, I'm going to put a pump in it. Well, I had bought a bunch of sump pumps at Home Depot on clearance and was selling them on Amazon. And so my husband said, I'm going to take one of those and put it in the pond, which I was like, okay. Well, that cost me $100 something because I lost out on that sale, and it ended up burning out like within the first day. It didn't ended up working, so he ended up having to trash that, and then went and got a pond pump. But that one didn't work for very long, and then that one stopped working, which now he says it has a cut wire in it, which I don't know how that happened, but I don't know. But the pond right now is starting to get like slimy on the top, so it's good. He's gonna get that working. Garage sale, I picked up these crock. So again, another garage sale that had no prices, and I don't like that. So I find that the stalling tactic works the best. Now I do have a travel time chit chat coming up. Anybody who's here for my whole show today, you don't need to listen to it because so much of it is I talked about in my video. But I find the stalling tactic works best when I saw these and I was like, how much do you want for the Crocs? And she's like, oh, I don't know. What do you think? And I sit there and I'm like, I know that my daughter wears the cloggy Crocs, but I'm not sure if she would wear these. They probably would be nice. And I'd sit there and talk about the item rather than like even coming up with a price. She kept throwing out prices. So I got these for $2. And I think I listed them for, actually, I should just pull that up. Everything's listed. Unlike Scott, my stuff doesn't sit in the car. I bring it in. I photograph it that evening. And we actually had free HBO over the weekend. So I had a ton of recordings. I was catching up on 2 days or 2 weeks worth of DVR recordings of normal shows. And then I have a bunch of movies. Let's see. I listed these for $19. And by the way, when I talk about my daughter, her feet size 8. I think she takes a 9.5 or a 10. She's got big feet like her mother. Then they have these overalls, and I don't know. I mean, I think overalls are still a good thing to look for and pick up. This brand I'd never heard of. It was called Key Imperial, and I ended up picking up these. She said that she bought them for a gentleman. She works at a nursing home. I don't know if she got them for him, but she ended up picking them up, and he was from England. She bought him overalls. Come to find out, the England diction. Oh my gosh, I just lost the word. So what they call them in England is different than the United States. These are not called overalls there. So she had these because they never were worn. I paid $2 for them. I listed those for, oh, I'm sorry, I paid $5 for them. Oh, so those, she said, well, what do you think? Every time. What do you know? I think they might fit my husband. I said, I'm not really sure. And I said, well, I don't know if he would wear them. My daughter keeps telling him to get a pair. Like, I was coming up with all these stories. She goes, what about $5, $3? Like, before she could even let me say yes or no to the 5, she had already dropped it down to 3. I told her I would pay the 5 because I felt like the other stuff, that was one of the last things I picked up. The other stuff I felt like I'd already gotten a pretty good deal on. So I was okay with even paying 5. I picked up this. This was at the church, University of Texas Longhorns. But the first thing I noticed was the tag was a Fruit of the Loom, and it's all single stitch. The whole shirt is single stitch. So I looked this up, and I listed this for $47, and this is on the low end of vintage University of Texas Longhorn t-shirts. It's in excellent condition. No stains, no rips, no worn areas or anything. So paid 50 cents for that, listed it for 47. This at the church rummage sale. Was thinking my daughter might want it, but she said no. It's a Gap activewear, jacket. It's got the thumb holes in it. So this I paid $3 for. No, I didn't. I put $3. I only paid probably a quarter for it, or 50 cents. So the thing at the church sale, I didn't really pay attention to what they put for each item. They just told me the total more because those books were a good deal. I listed that for $14. Back at one of the garage sales I went to, let me see if I can get this out of the way so it's not blocking the vid here. Don't want to block the video, the camera. I gotta find a place to put all this away. I'll just move it all. It was hanging out at the garage sale. And it is by Marlboro Company. So back in the day, you could save there was like points on the Marlboro cigarette packs, and you could turn that in for free stuff. This was one of the free things. It's funny because she had cookbooks, and I said to her when I saw the cookbooks, I said, you saved Marlboro points and you got your cookbooks from that. I said, because we've got those cookbooks, I've got some dishes, and my husband has a barn jacket that came from Marlboro. Well, when I saw this, I was like, oh, another Marlboro thing. So I debated on this because I was the only one at the garage sale, and we were talking a lot, like her and I got to hear her whole medical history. So I didn't want to take out my phone and look things up. I don't know. I just don't like to do that at garage sales when I'm like talking with somebody, and it make it look like I'm texting somebody to see if they want it, right? So I hemmed and hawed. I said, oh, I don't know. And I walked away from it. I went back to it. And then I started to walk away again. And she said, how about $3? And I said, for $3, she hadn't even thrown out a price yet. I hadn't even asked her. And I said, for $3, I'll take a chance to see if he'll wear it. So I grabbed this for $3 and I have it. So this has been a while. It's been a while since Marlboro has done any of those type of promotions. It's been a while since I was doing trying to think, maybe back in, I don't even want to guess when it was because I don't know. All right, so next I'll just show you the box. 2 boxes of books. So I've got this box. This is a set. And then I think they're just parts of a set. I don't think they were a complete set. But I got like book 1, 2, and 3, that type of stuff. So these are all by the Guidepost Company. I'll show you this one. Like this one is the Ordinary Women of the Bible. Is the series of this one. And that one had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books in it. Then I had the Mystery and the Mystery series. The Kaufman Amish Bakery series, which I've seen those Amish books. So most of these they don't sell well on their own. Home to Heather Creek, that series, I had 4 in that series. And then the Nantucket Dreams, there's 3 in that one. I think they're all, the Amish is the only thing that was not Guidepost. These other ones are all a Guidepost brand book or whatever. Then 24. All right, I'm not going to lift it. It's really heavy. So I got 24 of this one. 24 of the Miracles at Marble Cove. So they're all hardcover. The spines are in excellent condition. They don't look like they were ever read because when you open them, like I would have to bend and crease the spine to open it all the way to like read it. I don't think they like new condition. Instead, I don't think they've been read. They just don't appear to be read at all. So 24 of those. So I paid $8 a box. So the Guidepost books, that's a lot of 24. I listed for $195. I think I said 150 earlier. So 195. I went a little high on the books because I was planning on running a sale. The Home to 5, those were going for about $10 a book. And then the Nantucket Dreams, there's 3 of those I listed for $19. The book of 2 of them, the Amish books, for $12. The Lot of Mystery and the Minister's Wife for $16. There's 2 of those. The 9 Ordinary Women of the Bible books, I listed those for $90. If you had a lot of them, then they were going for $10 a book. So I did 90, actually, if I remember correctly. I think that's it. Just looking to see if I missed anything on here. Nope. And then of course I bought the book I sold on Amazon, that the Bible map book, and then that Big Dog's purse that I already sold. So that's pretty good. I got rid of 2 things quickly. You score some vintage. That jacket was very high points to get. Yeah, I got the barn jacket, the like greenish gray. That jacket cost at least 1 lung. Yeah. She had lung cancer. She used to smoke, but doesn't anymore because she's got lung cancer, or had lung cancer, she said. Late 80s, stopped in the early 90s. Wow, okay. I would say 2 lungs and a friend. Quite a few. I sold 30 volume of them for 125 on Amazon. Which one? So I didn't look at any of these for Amazon. I probably should look them up and see if I can sell the whole lot of them. In 2 weeks, I would have told higher if I was smarter, and on eBay, shipping hurt. In 2 weeks, I would have told higher if I was smarter, and on eBay. I don't know what that was in relation to, Tim. All I know is that I don't know. I felt pretty good. I felt good for my first week in garage sailing since last September, and I'm just excited for garage sale season to be back. I'm really excited that I see a lot of neighborhood sales going on. Well, I shouldn't. I don't ever like the whole town, all the Amish books. Yeah, I only got 2 of the Amish books. I was actually debating on keeping a couple of them just to read because that was something when we were in Asheville. I was looking. Oh, I just sold those green overalls. Like seriously, look, I just sold them. I just sold the green overalls. Um, so I don't know. My husband left with my car, so I won't make it to the post office in time. I might package them but drop them off tomorrow. So when I was at Asheville hitting up the antique stores, I was trying to find a book to read because there again we were just so limited on our cell coverage. So I didn't tell you guys, but I take it back. My husband and I did argue on the trip. I try to be very, very flexible. Um, him, not so much, right? His PTSD can really kick in at times. And I've tried to be better at knowing when to step back and not add fuel to the fire, which in the past I've not always been really good at that sometimes. But to make my life easier, I've learned you got to step back sometimes. And this whole trip was really for my husband. This whole trip was all about him and the Jeep hitting trails and all that. So when we got done the trails, he said pretty much that okay, the rest of the trip is for me. And I said, "All right, well, I want to go to Asheville because I've heard a lot of people talk about Asheville and I wanted to go to that Cherokee casino. It was kind of on our way home. And so I said, let's spend a couple. There's like an art district, and I kind of just really wanted to check out the city. We had amazing weather. It was so nice when we were traveling. It was in the 80s in south in Georgia, North South Carolina and Georgia. And then when we went back into western North Carolina, it had dropped down into the 70s, 60s, and 70s pretty much, which that's my perfect weather, 60s and 70s. So I said, all right, I looked online. I found all these antique stores, these like malls. And so we headed out one day. It was my day to do what I wanted, and that's what I wanted to do. Well, we drove by a 4x4 center, and he said, and granted, we're driving his Jeep when we go anywhere. We keep the RV at the campground and we take his Jeep. And he goes, oh, I want to get that noise. It's almost like a rock is stuck in your tire, but it's not in his tire. It's like a squeaky noise that's coming from the passenger front tire. And he goes, I want to get that looked at, find out what's while we were heading to it was a tobacco barn. And he called them and they said, well, so and so wasn't in yet, but when the person gets in, he'll give my husband a call and he can bring his Jeep in. So we get to the tobacco barn and it is a huge building. It is so big. Has anybody ever been to Asheville? That place is just amazing. I'd love to go back. So we went and we started walking down and he comes over and he goes, they just called. We got to go back. And it's a half hour back to where this place was. And I said, all right, well, bring me to the campground because it was right down the road, like a couple miles to the camp. Then you go because I'm not going to sit in a mechanic's office waiting room. So I went back to the campground. He dropped me off. He came back. It was like 4:30 at night. And I'm like, well, at this point, forget it. Everything closes at 5. So I said, well, there goes that day that was supposed to be my day, right? Well, he goes, well, in the morning, I got an appointment now. Whatever the guy did, who, by the way, did not fix Tony's problem because he couldn't replicate it. He said, but he found other things that he fixed. I said, of course, anytime you put any vehicle up on a lift, you're going to find something wrong with it. And he goes, now I need a front end alignment. So he goes, now I got an appointment for 10 a.m. tomorrow for a front end alignment. I'm like, great. I'm going to stay. I'm going to get up. I'm going to hang out at the campsite until you go get that fixed and then come back. He didn't come back till 1 p.m. So he had stopped at the campground and asked them to ruined my day when the next day was supposed to be now my day. Well, then he had ruined that one because then we didn't even leave until 1 o'clock. So we did kind of argue about that because I'm like, listen, I just gave you 10 effing days to do your Jeep crap. I mean, I like the Jeep stuff, but if I chose what I wanted to do with my vacation time, it wouldn't be going in the Jeep. It would be the whole RV and traveling. Like, I love doing that. And I don't mind the trails, but I don't love the trails, especially if he's getting on trails that are extremely challenging. They make me nervous because the Jeep makes so many creaky noises for them. I'm always worried we're going to break something because every trip always costs us thousands of dollars to fix something that breaks on the trail. So we know going into it that it's going to cost us $1,000 or more when we get back. And so I was just disappointed that he chose on the trip to get that looked at when I didn't feel like it needed to be looked at. I felt like we've had that sound before we even left. So why didn't you get it looked at before we left? Or just have it looked at when we get home? I didn't feel like it was something that needed to interrupt our vacation for it. But I stepped back and I let him do his thing. I try to. All right, I found a box of religious books abandoned at storage sometimes. Some time ago. Just toss it in my unit. Now you guys have me interested. Yes. So I was watching, Philly Flipper was in here earlier, and there was, no, was it him? I just was watching some reselling videos the other day. I don't watch much reselling videos anymore. I was watching somebody and they found something in their death pile and they listed it. I guess it doesn't matter who it was. And they couldn't believe how quickly it sold and what it sold for. So yeah, go and dig through and find them. See, Holly says she's done well with them. The mass market stuff, not so well, but the smaller, older print runs do better. And definitely any, like the fact that I got 24, like this whole box is full, 24 of a collection. That is good. Oh, I know what I want to tell you guys. I don't know how many of you watch Jason T. Smith on YouTube still. Again, I just the last few days I've been watching more reselling videos again. I don't know why, because I just find like a lot of it I don't learn much, but I have learned some in the last couple of times I've been watching it. I think I've been trying to get myself back into reselling mindset because I've just been in this whole vacation mindset. I was watching him last night. He was showing his mother. So I watched, and he was showing. He was talking about adding videos to your listings. And, because you can do that now with eBay. You could always do it with eBay, but you had to do it on YouTube and then import it a certain way. Well, now you can actually create the video on eBay, and I think your second picture is your video, which you can only do from the app, from what I understand, and it has to get approved by eBay. So there's like a lot of waiting period for it to get approved. So he was showing his mood, right? He did the video on Thursday, had her watch it, and then they were doing a live thing, which is great because she's an older lady who, you know, thinks differently than some of us younger folk, right? 53 years old, I'm a younger folk, but thinks differently than some younger folk, is, taught a little differently, maybe a little slower. And so he shows her and then she does it. And I love how they do that on their show. So they were talking about how if you've got something that's musical, something that lights up, Like all of those are great for doing videos. But there are times when things you wouldn't think normally you would put on a video. So one of the things that somebody brought up, brilliant, is you have a lot of 24 books. And how many pictures can you put on eBay? You can only put 12. So let's say you have a place setting of the plates, the dinner plates, lunch plates, the cups, the saucers, the bowls, right? You have a whole place setting for 4 people times 6 different categories. So here you got 24 items, just like my 24 books. You can only put 12 pictures. How do you take 12 photos of 24 items showing making sure that everything is taken a picture of? So if they ever came back and say, oh, it had a chip in it, you can say, look at the pictures. You can kind of look at the pictures and say, well, the chip was already shown, or that there was no chip, or whatever. So, because I hear that all the time in the Facebook groups, of people are saying, well, let me see the listing. Let's look at your pictures so we can, decide if you're right or the buyer's right. And a lot of times the pictures will show that, oh, yeah, that was there, or no, it wasn't there. Because somebody might say, well, there was a stain in that dress. I personally have sold something. Somebody has told me it had a rip or a stain. And I'm like, I didn't see that. How did I miss that? I've gone back to my pictures, zoomed into where they showed me the stain or the rip was, and have seen it in my pictures. And I've been like, oh, there it was. I completely missed it. I am so sorry. Here's a 100% refund. Sorry for your trouble. Whatever. So pictures are great. So if you got 24 items, what do? Take your camera and make a video. You can take a video showing like the 24 books one by one. You could open the page and show the copyright. You could show the condition. Like, I haven't seen where there's a time limit on the videos. I mean, I wouldn't make a huge long video. Um, Jason was talking about how he made a video of a clock. He actually put his camera there and recorded it for 40 minutes, made a 40-minute video, but then put it on like 1000x speed and turned it into a 2-minute video. And so it shows the ticking going all the way around and how the clock all works perfectly, but he just sped it up. So I'm like, what a great idea. There are so many things that you could use a video for to show your items. So one of the things I would like to do, the mindset of doing it. I was hoping doing a video today would kind of get me back into the mindset of reselling, because I seriously have been really out of touch with it lately, is I'd like to go back through, because I know that I have some items that I have done a YouTube video on and put it into my listing, but I would like to convert that into a video and put it through eBay system. Excuse me, and put it through eBay system. Or things like I had some magazine lots. I mean, how great would it be to be able to put all those magazines out on the table and do a video and just kind of flip through? Because so mine are like AP, which is Associated Press magazines, and they highlight different bands for indie rock. And I'll type in like the names of the bands on the front, but there's always more inside them than what's in my listing title or even in the cover. So if I could just even flip through, if I've got a lot of 4 magazines, even just flipping through to show more of what's inside the magazine, maybe that would be enough to maybe sell those a little quicker. So I'd like to do that. I'm going to experiment with that. If I can get my mind thinking, that's what I'm going to do, and take the time and pull out stuff instead of listing new stuff, and to list new stuff, except for this garage sale stuff. I told my husband, if I'm garage selling, I'm listing it. I bought some RA items on the trip that were some journals. They're actually some religious journals that I bought at Ross when I went and picked up my Amazon thing. I took pictures in the RV on our table and I listed them. So they were ready to go for when I went back live. So that's my plan. I'm trying to not backlog any more stuff that I already have here. I'm hoping to got got a couple more comments here. Let's see. I heard Bibles sell well, so I picked up about 10 of a huge box lot at an auction, $11 for over 8 mail totes of books. I saw some albums at a garage sale this weekend, and I did not buy them. And I said to the lady, "How much are you selling your albums for? Vinyl albums?" And she said, "Well, I'll sell both boxes for $30." And I said, "Well, I'm really just looking. My daughter's boyfriend is into folk music and was looking for anything that had that type of folky type of sound to it." And so I said, "Well, there were a lot of Disney, like this Disney storytelling, but they're all like the larger albums. The 33s are the larger ones, right? 45s are small." I said, "No, I don't think I really want I don't really want all of them, just looking for a price." And she says, "Oh, about $1 a piece." I said, "Okay." So I looked through, and then I saw she had like Elvis Christmas. Um I had no signal. I couldn't look up anything. And so I got back to the car and I was still trying to look stuff up and I couldn't. She had a second box. I didn't get a chance to even look in it because somebody else came and he was looking in them. And I waited and waited. That's when my body said, "You need a restroom." So I waited as long as my system would let me. And then I said, "Okay, I got to go. I got to go because I got to go to the restroom." And I knew it was going to be like a 15-minute drive to a bathroom. So I left, and I kept saying, "I should go back. I should go back. I should go back." I never did go back. I decided not to go back because I didn't want to take on, honestly, I didn't want to take on a bunch of albums that may not be good for maybe a few that are good, and then have to figure out a way what to do with the ones that aren't good. I just don't want to take that on right now. So I didn't. But man, there's so much behind me that's just like, man, you should have just got them. Should have just got them and brought them home and looked them up. A year ago, I would have got them and brought them home. They look like they're all pretty good or anything. A lot of times they smell musty. So I'm so torn. I'm really battling with that old reselling Tamara and my new direction reselling. And so many times one keeps wanting to pull the other one back, and then the other one keeps saying, "But that's not really what you want going forward." It's tough. My husband wants to order a leveling system for our RV and auto leveling because right now we got to get out and put blocks under the tires and drive up on them. And he wants to get one, but it's $4,500 to. And I'm like, man, we just spent $1,000 on these sway bars. I said, I don't want to spend more money because my reselling is what pays for our fun. And my reselling is down, like considerably down. My Amazon is just, oh, it's pathetic looking. So is my eBay. I mean, my eBay 31-day sales is $781. But I have been turned off for almost 3 weeks out of the sales are incredibly low right now. I said, we just don't have the reselling funds that are helping to normally pay for that type of stuff. So I've kind of backpedaled him on that, I think, that idea. But I'm really struggling. And I'm sure you guys have probably heard it because I keep saying it over and over again. Just really struggling with what I want to do. I love reselling and I love thrifting, but I also love traveling. Um, I don't know. I think maybe going back to Amazon is my real answer in the long run for money. Uh, all right, good idea. I bought a bunch of newsletters. You are right. 12 picks doesn't get it for that many. Yeah, so it's great. And I had a wedding dress one time I sold. You just couldn't get all the details in. If I could have found a way to put it on a mannequin and be able to videotape that mannequin spinning to see the dress. And Jason showed he had like this almost like a poncho type thing, and he had his assistant put it on, and the wind was blowing outdoors, and he was standing out front of his condo and was kind of like showing it with the wind was blowing it a little. I'm like, you could have never had caught the way that laid on a person and moved um, if it was just sitting on a mannequin. Yeah, huge benefit of being able to do some type of videos. And I know like you can do videos on Poshmark, you can do them on Etsy. I know Amazon, even platforms are really pushing videos that I think it's a really good idea. Even if you did a video that was a slideshow of 20 photos, right? If you can only do 12, you can do a slideshow of videos of things. Just be careful of copyright if you add music to it. I'm thinking of doing that on mugs and cups. Yeah, absolutely. So Jason takes a turntable, like a record player, and he was late to a show, so I don't know if he talked about it. It was actually holding up an album. He had I think it was a gold album of something, and you could see the gold shimmering as it went around. But I think if you were to do something like that, had a turntable, and you were to put your mug on it, and especially if you can lay it flat, because I don't know if I know they have that little pokey thing that you put your record on. I don't know if you can get it so it's flat and put it on it and have it spin. That would probably be really good. But you were focused on your planners this year. Yeah. And I knew that planners, and that's the new planner. I just created a 300-page planner. I'm really kind of curious of what it's going to look like being printed. I know when I was reading reviews, so what I do is if I come up with an idea and it's something that I'm thinking it would be a great niche to work on, creating a planner or notebook or journal or any type of low content book. I kind of read what the reviews say on the ones that would be my biggest competition. So when I do a search on Amazon and something comes up, what are people saying? What are they loving about it? And what are they not loving about it? And that's how I feel like anytime you do any private label, especially when they talk about it on Amazon, if you listen to any of the gurus who talk about it, they always say, find a product that's doing really good and make it better. Because there's always a way to make a product better. And that's what a lot of people do. And so I'll read those reviews, and a lot of the reviews that are negative are the fact that it's not a spiral bound. But you can't do spiral bound on KDP. So that's really kind of, ugh, that just stinks for me. But it's something that right now I can't really change because it's just cost prohibited. The fact that I can get a book printed on Amazon, a 100-page book, paperback, in pretty much any size, in black and white interior, right? But a colored cover and back, $2.15. $2. I mean, I was looking, I got some quotes from some companies, and I was like, they wanted like $30 for what I was getting done on Amazon for $4. Just can't compete. I just can't. So how can I make it better besides putting it in spiral? That's really what it comes down to. I can offer it on Etsy in a printable for somebody to print and put it in their own, or somebody to put in a binder if they want it to lay flat. That's an option. And I have put some of my planners that I've designed on Etsy, and I have sold some of my printables. Actually, I just raised my price on one of them because I was selling it enough where I thought, you know what, I really need to put it more in line of pricing for, not for printing, but I raised it. I think I raised it a couple dollars. Those planners will hit in a few months. So I wanted to tell you guys that I went on Etsy. I mean, on Amazon. So what I decided to do was order as of before the ones I just put in my store, order one of every planner. Actually, some of them were more than one. Not every planner, any book I've done. So not just planners, books, notebooks, journals, whatever. Ordered one of everyone. Some I ordered more than one. And actually, I think I ordered two of everyone. That way, if I sell one on Etsy, I can ship it from my house to the customer and not have to wait for Amazon to print it. So I did that first. But every one I bought for myself to write in. So what I'm going to do is take the journal, take the planner, take whatever it is, and like for instance in the journals there's prompts like that campground one. I'm going to make a video of it, and then I'm going to put that in my listings Plus, I am going to start doing more TikTok and putting it in TikTok. I have been doing a lot of research on TikTok, and it is driving sales crazy to some sellers. There are videos that people are doing of one product, and for some reason, this not one product in particular, but one product of theirs, right? They might have 20 books and this one dirt or mug or whatever in this realm of what I'm doing. And some person was like, I got 100 orders over the weekend because all of a sudden that one video just took off. And I've got one book I made that is selling, like, it's my top seller right now, and I would have never ever guessed that that would have became my top seller. It took, honestly, it's just a lined book with a specific cover that has taken off, and I've sold so many of them. But it is, I say so many for me, not, not hundreds. Did a few months ago and done a TikTok for it. It hits an age group that may have done really well on TikTok, and sales could have possibly been better. But sales will start to come to an end on this one. So I'm thinking about updating it so I can hit the next, whatever the theme is, the next thing, in doing that. So that's my plan right now. I mean, it costs me money. I think it costs me, which I think I was close to $70 to order all of the books I've made. How many books have I made? Hold on. Let me look. How many have I made so far? So in review, and so I got 3 books in review right now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've made 12 books plus the 3 that are outstanding that haven't been approved yet. Ah! I just noticed one of my books says blocked. Your title has been made unavailable for further editing due to, but not limited to, the following reasons. Your request, copyright content. It's just a notebook. What the heck? I hope they sent me an email on that. So I ordered one of all of them. That is interesting. Why is it blocked? Let me see if there's any other ones. So when you're on your KDP, it will say like your thing, and it says in draft, live, draft, in review. But that one says blocked. What the heck? What is up with that? I'll get a live play-by-play of here. Let's see if it told me why. I don't see anything. No. I did not get notified. All right, it would have been before that. Order them for. How could it be copyright? I don't understand that. So it's a notebook and it has a pig on the front. But it doesn't show me like what was copyright. I was trying to see if there's a way I can show you this without showing you this whole page. But it doesn't look like I can get to the. Doesn't look like I can get to like the page. All right, I got to figure out where I got that. I'm going to show you guys. Okay. All right, see right here? This is the one that's blocked. This is the one that you guys have already seen. So it's just a notebook. So I belong to Creative Fabrica, and that's where I get my graphics from. And that in Canva. And both of the agreements for Fabrica state that you can use their artwork, but you must edit it in some form. So like I couldn't take this pig and create stickers with it without doing something to it. So in this case, I could take it and I could put it on this pink background, and I put like this is, it looks like wood in the background, right? It's an overlay that Canva has. So that's changing this graphic by adding this other stuff to it. That is perfectly okay in that realm of stuff. Now, what I've heard happen is that this image may have been, let's say, for sale on Etsy. Somebody bought the image, somebody took it and uploaded it to Creative Fabrica, and now it's in Creative Fabrica, but it should have never been added to Creative Fabrica in the first place because that person didn't own the rights to it. That's the only thing I could think of, because copyright content. So I don't know what's copyright. It's literally lined paper inside. Nobody owns the rights to lined paper. So it's got to be the pig that is the issue. But there's nothing in my email explaining why I'm blocked. I mean, in the long run, I haven't sold any, so no big deal. But I would like to find out what caused it so I don't have it happen again, because who wants to take time and effort creating something just to have it, be taken down. So I don't understand what's up with that. So that stinks. Bummer. But yeah, so be looking for me on TikTok, especially I think with my planners. People, if you can see, if you've got, let's say you have a food diary log or something like that, and if you can sit there and fill it out with what you're eating, show your exercise, show your water intake in the tracker, visually people see that and they can connect to it more. To say, I do with my planner. You look at a blank page and you're like, what? That's why I follow some planning YouTube channels and Instagram and stuff like that, and even TikTok. And although I don't watch a lot of TikTok, I'm probably just going to be doing TikTok, not watching it. And because I love to see how other people use their planners, and I'll get spark some ideas for me for planners, for creating and for utilizing myself. Wondering what's going on with that pig right now. I don't know, maybe add some grass and a bug near the feet. So I did that. I made some coloring pages as printables on Etsy for Easter. And that's what you would do. You would take, that's even how they teach it. You would take a picture of even an Easter egg and, put a basket around it, or a bunny and put a bug or grass or whatever. You just got to change it in some ways. And that's both Canva and Creative Fabrica. Creative that things, they literally say stuff like that you can do that, and that's changing it. That's why if you get ideas, if I'm looking and I see something that's really cool, that's doing really well on Amazon or Etsy or whatever, and I can create something similar even for print on design t-shirts, like if I saw this shirt, right, take the scenic route, enjoy the journey. I love this saying. I love this shirt, which I got at Old Navy, by the way. I could create a shirt very similar to this, but maybe instead of seeing it be the ocean and palm trees, I could do a mountain, and do something like that. So, you could take this as inspiration for coming up with your own ideas. Just don't copy. I wouldn't do this exact same thing. Don't take this and put the water here, or the water here and the land here, and say, oh, I changed their design, because that's not good. That's not good enough. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I can't believe it's 1:00. It's been 3 hours. That's usually my Monday show anyhow. Eat a salad. I'm still trying to eat better. I did stand on the scale this morning and lost 2 more pounds. I lost 2 pounds on our trip, or gained 2 pounds on our trip. My husband lost 2 pounds. And then I lost the 2 last week, and then I lost another 2. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. But I've been kind of in a standstill of my weight loss, and just trying to get back on track with that. And which is why I told my husband, get my medicine, because that helps me with my appetite. And I could use some appetite suppressant right now because I feel like eating junk. All I want is junk food. I've been having wicked junk cravings to the ocean, right? What is that? I was talking to my son about postpartum depression the other day, and I was trying to think of that lady from Texas who drove and killed her 2 kids, 2 or 3 kids. I can't remember her name. But I said, yeah, that's real. Postpartum depression is real. And yeah. All right, that's another whole topic, isn't it? All right, well, I hope you all have been doing really good. I've missed talking to you. I've missed chatting and just getting updates on how things have been. So many familiar faces today, so really, really happy to see you guys. I don't know when I'm going to go get my mom, so depending on how she's feeling, maybe this week. Really, so for those who don't know, my mom's got COVID and she's stuck over at my sister's house. I was supposed to pick her up today. I don't want to pick her up until she is symptom free and testing negative. So I'm really hoping I don't have to pick her up to at least next Monday. Although I know my sister is hoping Wednesday. That's too soon for me. I'm really nervous about it. My gut is just saying, no, don't go get her Wednesday. I don't want her stuck in the car with me for 3 hours if she's still got active COVID. Man, I don't want to get sick. I got such a busy summer. I just don't have the time to get sick. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know when I'll come live again. It most likely probably won't be until end of June, maybe. We are just non-Monday, but most Mondays I'm busy. Otherwise, I'll see you guys all later. Thanks again for stopping in, and join the Discord link down below and chat up and let me know how you guys are doing on a regular basis so I can check in with you. Alrighty, bye.